Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades. Gas masks and hand grenades.
Hey, what is happening? It's a clusterfuck here.
A little bit.
Oh, man, I just demonetized myself, damn it. Okay, oh well.
Already.
Yeah, we had some issues with getting Eric on here and, you know, the usual fun stuff. So
technology.
Welcome to Gas Masks and Hand Grenades. I'm your host, Jeff, the place where music melts your mind. So there you go. That's the catchphrase. By the way, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. That's when we're going to do the reveal and the T-shirt pre-order instructions and all that kind of good stuff. We got it pretty much knocked down. I will get into the details of the price. It's a little pricier than Marty's, just a little bit, just because I have shipping to and from Michigan for these and all that kind of stuff. So we'll talk about that. Mr. Berg, look, he's here. It's been a while.
Yeah. Probably since, what was the last one we did? I guess I was on the prog metal thing. But
yeah, which was, when was that, man?
November or something, maybe? Yeah.
Maybe October, late October, early November. Yeah. It's been a while. And we're coming back next weekend, next Sunday. So make sure you get here early, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to be fucking around with that one. I want everybody in there 5 minutes ahead of time to make sure we don't have issues. But next Sunday, we'll announce it now. It's been kind of talked about, but we'll do a formal thing this week. We're doing the traditional Metal Island. The Metal Island series is back. We're going to do trad metal, which could encompass a lot of stuff. We've already kind of predetermined that everybody's probably going to have one Maiden and one Priest album, so we'll get those out of the way right away. Maybe not everybody. Although we did think it would be funny last night when we were on Nick's stream if we just say, all right, everybody do their Maiden first and then Priest first. Let's get them out of the way. And then, so top 10 favorite desert island, favorite traditional metal albums with maybe up to 10 only honorable mentions. So there you go. That's the story on that. That is March 10th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Couple other things to announce. Cool ones. Couple guests coming up. I don't have a confirmed date for any of these people, but they're all in, and they said they'd be in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Big one to announce, man. Chris Reifert from Autopsy is coming on. Chris Reifert's coming on, I would think, in the next 2 weeks. We're going to get that lined up and knocked down. Hey, Super Strike, what's up, man? Yeah, cool. We're going to talk a lot about Tull in a minute here. And then also, I'm trying to get together either one of two deep dives. You notice my deep dives are sort of slipping. They're diminishing. And that's partly because trying to get everybody lined up in schedules is becoming a little more difficult with everybody back to their usual lives. They don't have quite the time that they had 2-3 years ago. So we'll still do some. I still want to get Dream Theater with my buddy Dave done, and I definitely want to do Anathema. That's another one I want to knock out. So they're on the docket for coming up. And then I've got interviews. I've got Chris Reifert lined up. I've got Craig Beerhorst from the Ruffians and the Butlers definitely coming on the next 2 weeks. I've got Jeff Coleman, who played with UFO, Edwin Dare, Glenn Hughes. Amazing guitar player. Oh, my God, this guy's good. Going to get him on soon. 2 guys from a big band over in Europe, a tech death band. I can't say it yet because I got to make sure it's going to happen. And 3 or 4 other people I'm going back and forth with right now. So will March be as crazy as February was, interview-wise? Probably not. That was nuts. Everybody just happened quick, and it was a lot of great interviews. And if you haven't gone and watched those interviews, people, because they're long, you don't have to watch them all at one time. You can come back to them. I had somebody recommend that I bookmark and start to chapterize them. Oh, I would love to do it, but then that means literally taking a month off to go back and do all that. And I don't know that I've got that kind of time left, to be blunt. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll try to do that with some of the bigger names. People seem to want to have chapters that they can go to and kind of dig in on. That means I got to rewatch everything, and I'm not real crazy about rewatching me. So there you go. Anyways.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Tuesday night, the reveal for the shirt again at 8 p.m. with Lee, the artist that did the killer artwork, and also with Rick, I think, to talk about how he helped do some of the layout on the back of the shirt. So we'll kind of go from there. But tonight, Mr. Erik Berg, Mr. Psychic Vacuum, when you come back to the screen, what are we talking about tonight? And what did you do in preparation for this stream? Because you did a lion's share of the hard work.
Well, actually, to be completely honest, I made that playlist a while ago. Before I was ever on the channel, I think even maybe a year ago or something. I don't know. I think it was Pete Pardo over at Sea of Tranquility was showing some of the box sets and stuff. And I didn't realize how much extra stuff there was that these guys had. So I started going through and because I just wanted to listen to it myself, right? I didn't have any of the box sets at the time. Fortunately, you can find all the stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, and it should be added that it appears now that all the box sets that were crazy priced, hard to find, it looks like they've reissued them. At least they did Minstrel, and I think Song,
yeah,
right?
I haven't seen a Passion Play or War Child yet. I'm not. Okay. I think Minstrel.
I think songs. I saw for $43 now somewhere, and I saw. I know Minstrel came out.
Yeah. I think there was one more too.
Which sucks for me because I have all the OGs.
Right.
And I was like, and at one point those were literally about $4,000 worth of value on discogs. Now they've dropped. Now, I mean, they'll still be the OGs because I think they are notating a second press on these. Because the only one I didn't have that was original was Thick as a Brick, and I got a second press that for like $18 but it's only 2 discs. And that one that one they have a little thing on their second press. So yeah. Pete is great. Pete's the impetus for why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of other guys, the Friday night guys like Marty and Pat and Eric and Eric Bauer and those guys. I'm grateful to those guys for meeting those guys way back when we did the Friday night drunken COVID streams. But Pete Pardo is the reason I got into doing this without question. So yes, Glenn Hughes, one of the greatest voices, maybe the greatest rock and roll voice ever. I don't know, unreal. But the guy we're talking about tonight, while he doesn't have maybe the greatest voice, he might be the greatest songwriter in rock and roll history. It's insane the amount of quality material this guy's put out. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all the bonus tracks on the 40th anniversary book. I call them book sets. They're book boxes. They all have, extremely well done write-ups. Have I read them all? No, I haven't. I'm a very bad ADHD reader. I'm struggling to. I've got all these books here. I'm still trying to read Rick Emmett's book. Been on that since October. Yeah, that's sad to say, but my ADHD gets me, and I want to do 8 other things. So we're going to talk about all these bonus tracks that came on these, right? Let me blow this up a minute. And we're gonna not every track. There's a lot of there's duplicates from box sets. There is live tracks, which we're not going to get into because the live material is just too extensive. But we're going to talk about the tracks that were specific to these particular album sessions, right? And Eric went through and put this playlist together that in the end had 111 songs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I listened to it pretty much over the last 3 days twice. And man, I got to tell you, there's maybe a handful of tracks I'd be like, pitch those in the bin. There's a handful of tracks that you're like, why were these not on the album? They're so fucking good, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of tracks in between that are like really good. So we're talking literally, if we look at like what an album What's the matter? You got to put do not disturb.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Did I lose you?
I guess so. I think I'm back now. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you.
All right.
Do you have it on do not disturb?
No, I do not. I will do
put
that right now.
Put your phone on do not disturb. Yeah. So I'll talk a little bit while you're doing that if you're going to move it. So yeah, 111 tracks. These encompass all tracks from 1967's This Was up through 1982, I believe. Was that was 82 Broadsword or 81?
I think it was
81.
82. It says
82.
on my LP.
Yeah, 82. Yeah, I was a sophomore in high school. It was 82. So we go up through there. We do add one track from Crest of the Knave on there too. And Eric's frozen. Fuck, dude.
Not on my screen.
You're frozen on my screen. We'll see if it rights itself.
Okay. Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
Let me try something here.
Hmm.
I'm gonna bring you back in. Hold on. There you are. You there?
I think so.
Yeah, you are. You there. Man, I don't know. This might not go so well. We'll just have to see how it goes. What was going on with your computer that you couldn't get in, do you know?
Well, we got a different internet provider, and I went to connect to the Wi-Fi, and it won't even like recognize it. I think the computer's just too old or something. I don't know. So,
Okay.
but
Right,
I can try to switch to my cell data if I need to, but we'll see how it goes. I guess.
You're there, but you are frozen again, but I can hear you. So
Okay.
We'll just work through that, which kind of blows because maybe because you're gonna have to show that one album. Fuck. Well, how much data do you have?
I have quite a bit. So
Why don't you try that? Try that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes this is how it goes, guys. It just happens this way. All right. So while Eric's messing around with that, yeah, worst case scenario, if you can't go and we just have you on audio, that's just what we'll have to do.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Better. Much better. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Yeah, you're not glitchy now, and you were glitchy before. So, you gotta get some backwoods monkeys up there to fucking work on those pedal bikes or whatever.
Yeah.
So you have more power up there or more.
Yeah, I didn't give them enough Red Bulls tonight, I guess, or something. But anyway.
All right. So we're talking about Jethro Tull tonight, and Erik. We've been through the grinder on this. We've done 2 other Jethro Tull deep dives. I did not even look how long those are. Do you remember? First one was with Patrick.
Yeah, I think they're at least 4 each. I want to say.
Yeah, I think the first one was 4.5 hours, and the second one was you and I, and we thought, oh, we'll plow through this a lot quicker. I believe it's at least 3.5.
Yeah,
3.5 or 4, right? So we're hoping tonight we can knock this out 2.5. That's the plan, anyways. But if I keep talking, we won't. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into these albums, and we're going to start chronologically. So we're going to start with This Was, okay, which came out, I believe, in 1967. Am I right on that?
68, I think.
You're right. It is 68. Yep. So this is the 40th anniversary box set, which came out in 18. You're right. It was 68. And it's got on it the Stephen Wilson stereo remix of the basic tracks, assorted recordings, which we're going to talk about, some previously unreleased material, and that which we're going to talk about. And then it gets into further associated, which I think we talk about some of those as well. And then there's original mixes, single B-sides, all kind of stuff like that. And I hope we nailed most of it. I see, you know what I don't see on our list is Blues for the 18th Day. We might have missed that one. Oh, well. We may miss a track or two here. It just may happen. And then on this, there's the original UK stereo mix and the mono mix on this one. Really good album, man. It's funny how much I didn't like this at first because it's not the Jethro Tull I'm used to hearing. But it's actually a really good album, man. It's a good 60s blues rock album, you know, and there's good material on it. So let's jump into that. You got anything to say about the This Was bonus material?
Let me just see. I I should have pulled up my playlist here.
Yeah, I would pull that up. If I was you.
Yeah, I had it on my phone, but now I have to use my phone for this. Just a second here. Does that have what did you say the bonus tracks were on that?
Sunshine Day, one for
right.
John G. So Much Trouble, Stormy Monday Blues, Love Story, Ultimate Confusion, To Be Sad Is a Mad Way to Be. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the stuff is basically like pretty similar to This Was. It's most of it's pretty bluesy still, from what I remember. Damn, I'm trying to log into my other account here to find that freaking playlist.
Do you need me to send you an email and you can open it on your computer?
No, I should be able to get it here.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll talk. You
go ahead first.
You were not prepared tonight, son.
Sorry.
All right, hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second here now. All right, so I'll talk about it. All right, first track. Sunshine Day, man. Very, almost monkeyish. Almost like it has the vibe of Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Very 60s-ish, very hippy-dippy. Love this track, man. I hear like SoCal, birdsy sort of vibes to it. Like I said, Monkeys. Could have been a big hit. Love it. One for John G. Is that on this one? Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird. I'm not seeing that one, though.
Some of the it's one thing we should maybe talk about for a second too is like it's kind of weird actually that some of the unreleased tracks aren't on these box set versions. They were on like the remasters, which were probably the 30th anniversary editions of some of the CDs.
Well, they were 2003 is what.
Right, yeah. So there were a few tracks I noticed were on those that they didn't end up putting on the box sets, which is, you'd think they would kind of put everything onto these, but they actually didn't. So maybe that's one of those ones. Because that on the playlist I have here, it's got 2008 remaster for that track. But
see, there's a lot of BBC session in here, so
yeah,
which has most of the album on here, but it's got. I'm looking here. Somehow we missed. Gotta be honest with you, I don't see John G in here. I don't know where on this album anywhere.
Let me see. It says it's on the 2001 remaster.
Okay. They didn't put it on to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I do not see it here on the 40th anniversary box set. Which
it does say it's on here. Track 14 on disc 2. This is according to Wikipedia.
No. Here it is, track 11. It's track 11.
Huh.
It was a single, a B-side single. Love Story, or A Christmas Song, is the mono single B-side for the 40th. So weird. That's kind of weird. Wikipedia strikes again. Yeah,
I mean, that's all I had to go off of for some of these too, because I don't have the actual.
You didn't have the actual thing. That's true. So. And I kind of put you in charge of coming up with the playlist. So one for John G, pretty bluesy. Okay track. Not really one of my favorites. So Much Trouble. Really good rocker there. Very bluesy. Stormy Monday, man. That's a super bluesy standard that they cover on there. Right. Love Story, man. Love Story is one of my favorite fucking songs, man, from this era. It's so good.
Yeah.
Man, it's just it's so damn good. I love that track, man. Fucking groovy, up-tempo rocker. And then you got Ultimate Confusion, which is really a pointless bunch of noise. It's really a terrible track. I don't like that track. And To Be Sad Is a Mad Way to Blues. Bluesy by the Numbers track. Heavy bass riffs. Tons of harmonic on that one. And so, trying to see, is that everything? Am I missing anything from your playlist there?
I think that's it. There was a B-side called Aeroplane, which didn't end up on, I don't think, any of the reissues of this
Yeah,
one.
my aeroplane. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. That's a great song.
Yeah, it is.
Great song. Super 60s, super psychedelic sounding, super groovy. Where do I have that? I know I talked about that. I'm wondering if I
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I don't even know if it came out on any compilations or anything. As far as I could tell, Sunshine Day was their first ever single that they released in '67, and Aeroplane was the B-side to that. I don't know if it
That's the
got
B-side
released
mono.
anywhere
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, we missed a couple in here. We missed Blues for the 18th,
Yeah, I didn't even
which is a
didn't even
studio outtake.
okay.
We missed Someday the Sun Won't Shine.
I think that one's
Well, maybe it was in
no,
there.
no,
And I
it's
missed
not.
Yeah, that one's missing.
Or was that an album track? Man, it's
That was an
it was-
album track. That's right.
okay.
Yeah, you're right. That's an album track. A little bit on this early stuff because of the way they did singles up through Living in the Past. It's kind of confusing because there's multiple versions. There's mono versions, there's stereo versions, and it just gets very confusing what's what.
Yeah.
I guess the ultimate thing to say about this is it worth grabbing? Yeah, absolutely. It's a really good set. I don't know what this is going for these days. For a while,
that's one of the ones that they reissued. I just looked it up. They did Aqualung, they did songs from the Wood, and they did Minstrel in the Gallery.
Okay,
all just got reissued.
Okay,
so,
great.
Yeah, you can go out and pick those up for $50-$60 now,
or even less.
Maybe don't do it till a couple weeks from now when I get paid because I need them. So.
Well, I was gonna say, actually, let's check something here. Let's see. I'm just curious what the box sets are going for. So
I have them. Oh yeah, you got Amazon or something?
Yeah, I pulled it up.
Yeah. Okay. They're all $49.98. It looks like on the Jethro Tull US store website as well.
Yeah. So, and actually, Broadsword dropped. Okay, here, Songs from the Wood, the new one, $37.97, and it was going for like $500.
Yeah.
Which is just absolutely insane at one point. Minstrel is going for, and this one was going for crazy money too. God damn it. Moonstruck in the Gallery. What the hell?
What?
I typed in Minstrel and it came up Moonstruck. $30 for that, man. I mean,
damn.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Actually, no way. Hold on. $28.98. Wow.
Damn.
Dude,
Are you sure that's the right one? Because I found a different.
Wait.
There's like
two. Hold on. Yeah, it says currently unavailable. Hold on.
Okay, because I know there's a couple different versions. I think there was a 2-disc version and a 3 or 4 as well.
This one's the 2-disc. Never mind. That's not the right one.
Yeah, it's hard to. Amazon is kind of bad for that. You got to really go in there and try to figure out which version it actually is. But
yeah, they may not actually have that one because it says not available. So might have to go to Tull.com or somewhere else. So, but anyways, those are out there. I think the only one you said was War Child and
Passion Play, I believe, and this was as well. They haven't done.
Okay.
But
all right, so we'll move on to anything more on this was for you.
Yeah, I did. I was able to pull it up here finally. Sorry about that, but yeah, I really like. I mean, I like some '60s kind of psychedelic pop, baroque pop kind of stuff. Sunshine Day is totally like that. It's even got the harpsichord stuff in there and whatever. Aeroplane, is another cool one.
Is that the one that goes flying in my aeroplane?
Yeah,
great track.
I mean, it's mostly organ driven actually.
Yeah,
which is interesting. I don't know. Some of these songs hardly even sound like Jethro Tull. The really early stuff. It's definitely not what they became later, but still cool stuff. I think it was is one for John G. Is that the instrumental kind of jazzy thing?
Wow, you know what? I missed noting John
See.
G in So Much Trouble. I forget what they are. That one I missed those 2 tracks. I have notes for every other track.
Oh yeah.
Those 2.
Yeah, that is the jazzy kind of instrumental one. That
one.
one's
Then that's
pretty,
a really cool one, man. That's really
it is.
cool. Yeah.
Really like that one. Stormy Monday Blues was a T-Bone Walker song originally that they covered.
Right.
I mean, it's basically a blues rock song. It's good though. The version of Love Story, any of the BBC Sessions ones from November 1968, I think it is. Those are the ones with Tony Iommi on guitar, which is kind of cool. I mean, you don't really get that Tony Iommi personality that would come through with Sabbath, but it's still cool to hear that, because he was only in the band for 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, very, very short time. To go back to John G, that song rules.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's it honestly sounds like it's like theme music for like a 60s spy movie or something.
Yeah,
right?
totally. Yeah.
It's so killer, yeah.
Yeah. Some cool drum fills and stuff in there
Oh
too.
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Go ahead. Any others?
Like you said, Ultimate Confusion is pretty weird.
Really
it's just
pointless.
like really
noisy.
Yeah. Yeah. And To Be Sad Is a Mad Way to Be is a live one. It's kind of a bluesy rock R&B kind of song. So I don't know. Nothing too special, but yeah, there's a couple tracks on there that are pretty cool.
Yeah, we missed we only missed a Christmas song, but doesn't that come up later?
That's coming on Living in the Past as well.
Past, right?
Yeah. There was one other one you said something about blues for the 18th
blues
or
for the 18th.
Yeah, okay. That didn't even show up on the Wikipedia page. So I haven't even listened to that.
It's a studio outtake recorded at the John Evans Smash. So we just and there's another one for Move On Alone is never mind. That's on the Ultimate. Okay, never mind. Those are all on the album proper. That's why we So I mean let's just caveat this. If we talked about every song on every one of these bonus, like every single one, we would be here for like 12 hours. There's no way.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's an absurd amount of bonus material. So
with all the live and alternate versions and different mixes and whatever, which are still cool to hear once or twice. But I figured, this show should be more about the tracks that you won't hear if you listen to the albums.
Yeah. Now the only thing on this album, which is the original, come on now, dude. This is the one I have trouble the book not staying open. This is the original, stand up one with
nice. It's got that too, yeah.
Like the album. I would assume the reissues would be the same. This one was crazy expensive at one point in time too. I really need to keep these out and read these, man, because I when I got them, I kind of perused them, and then I was like, I had so many things coming in at one time. I was like, well, I'll get back to them, and the collector in me never does that. The collector scum, sick fuck in the head that doesn't do that stuff. Yeah. Hey Tim, what's happening, man? Good to see you. And Tim, again, thank you for the amazing slogan tagline. I do it every time now. Try to do it a little weird every time, like the place where music melts your mind. So I do it like weird every single time just because I'm a fucking weirdo. But it's going on the shirt, bud. So you will be compensated some way, shape, or form somehow down the road. Might take me a little, but I will get in touch with you. And I know you said it was free, but I'm going to take care of you. Anyway, we are on this. We on stand up, and there's only one track. Is that right?
Only one that that was kind of an outtake or whatever, from what I could tell. Anyway, again, Wikipedia could be wrong. So,
because I don't see Wait, is Martin's tune? I don't see that one. We may have missed that one.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to go back into this playlist after the.
But you know what? That's a live track from that Conhurst set, so that's probably why. So
Yeah,
what's the one that you have on here?
17.
Which is weird because I'm looking at it and I'm like, where the fuck is it? Dude, I don't see it on here.
When did that one come out? Is that the 3-disc edition from 2010?
No, actually it's the 3-disc, yeah.
From 2010?
Yep.
Okay, it's Wikipedia is saying track 14 on disc 1, but again, who knows with Wikipedia?
That's not right because
No? Okay. All right.
That's not right.
Huh.
I have Living in the Past.
Or is that the elevated edition?
It is.
Okay, let me see then.
Might not be on here.
Maybe it's not even on there, yeah.
Yeah, it's so it's on the 2003.
Okay. You know what? I feel like maybe it's on Benefit. Yeah, it is on the box set of Benefit.
Okay. So there's really nothing on. There's nothing on here then.
I mean, there's a lot of other stuff, right? A lot of live stuff and different mixes and whatever.
Yeah, but
not.
But actually, the Stephen Wilson new remix is A New Day Yesterday. Jeffrey Goes to Leicester Square. Brie, Back to the Family. Look into the Sun. Nothing is Easy. Fat Man. We Used to Know. Reasons for Waiting. And then For 1,000 Mothers. The associated recordings are Living in the Past, which is coming up.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that. Driving Song, which I believe is coming up, right?
Yep.
Bori, which is a different version. Living in the Past, Driving Song, different versions. Stereo single mixes. Fat Man, nothing. Yeah, there's nothing new in here other than that live song, Martin song. So it must be Martin playing live, you know.
Okay.
So this one, not much on here that we're going to talk about. However, we should, if you, and I need to link the first 2 episodes. I forgot to do that in the description. I'll do that. You really need to go back and watch these, man. This album is so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
It is an incredible
fantastic
album. And the associated stuff with the live DVD from, let's see, they played in Stockholm, Concerthurst, Houston. There's all kinds of stuff on these. They're just, for the money, you cannot go wrong with these. Just now that they're reissuing, you almost have no excuse not to get them.
Yeah, although they haven't done that one, so for the money you're going to pay for that.
Oh, that's right. It's
probably $700.
Yeah, that's still the expensive one. I think it's like $250, $300. So
okay.
This one was reissued because the original version of it, they went weird and they put out a regular CD version of it. And I have the original version. That one may be the one that turns out to be worth a lot of money because it's actually a digipack. And this one here, man, we talked about this. I fucking love this album. So good. And there's a bunch of, what tracks are on here then? Just 17 then?
Yeah. Let me see. I guess, 17. I guess we did cover Teacher when we talked about this album.
Yeah, what's the history there? Do you remember? Do you know?
Well, there's a UK version and a US version of Teacher. They're pretty similar, but they are a little bit different. And I believe it was on. Let me see here. Teacher was not on the UK release, the original UK release of the album, but it was
on the US release.
On the US release. So and maybe it was
doesn't remember the Teacher. Yeah. Fucking awesome song, man.
Great song.
Fucking awesome, man. It's right up there with fucking Aqualung and just some of Ian's best riffs, man. Just a fucking monster song.
Yeah.
So this one has 4 CDs and 1 DVD. The DVD is a remix of the album in 5.1. Hang on, let me finish real quick. And then also the second DVD has the 1970 Tanglewood concert on video with Stephen Wilson's 2020 remix. I gotta watch that, man. I'm terrible.
Yeah, it's killer. I've watched it.
Yeah. And then they have the audio for it on disc 3 and 4. Oh, no, I'm sorry, on disc 3. And then they have a show from Live in Chicago from 70. So disc 2, you've got the Teacher, the UK single version. and then you got the US album version. They are different.
Right. Yeah.
You also got the UK single version on here. You've got the US album. Oh, there's two different versions of that. You've got the 71 stereo compilation album remixes of Singing All Day, Sweet Dream, The Witch's Promise, original Teacher US version. They got Live and Well Living In, A Time for Everything, The Witch's Promise, and then this song 17, which is kind of the only, I guess, unique song to it, because a lot of them, the ones we're going to talk about, are coming up on what Eric's going to show in a minute, the Living in the Past comp. What do you have to say about 17?
It's a pretty good song. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's one of their best. It's kind of a little more mellow, laid back, but it's a cool, yeah, it's still a cool song.
It's kind of groovy. It's a groovy rock. A little bit drony. Has a little bit of a drone vibe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
it's got some cool leads and stuff on it though. The kind of dual lead guitars on there.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
But it's nothing like fucking With You There to Help Me or Nothing to Say or Alive and Well and Living. I mean, fuck, man. To Cry
or
You
Teacher
song,
even.
Huh?
Or Teacher even.
Oh man, Teacher.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude. To Cry You a Song. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What a track. I got, the weird thing about listening to all this Tull today and yesterday on this playlist is I really want to go back and listen to all the albums now. It made me go,
yeah,
man, I haven't done any Tull in like 6 months. I gotta pull that in, right?
Yeah, it's weird too because I've basically been listening to all this extra stuff for the most part, like a whole bunch over the last couple of weeks and whatever. But I haven't really listened to many of the albums. I think I listened to A Passion Play and and Broadsword and War Child.
Yeah.
And Too Old to Rock and Roll actually as well. I did kind of the ones that I'm less familiar with. But yeah, I haven't listened to any of my favorite albums from them for a while either. But it's yeah, I just want to go listen to Benefit now. But anyway.
Right. So we got Aqua. No, wait, Living Past next. Did that come out before this? Or after?
This is 72. And Aqualung is 71. Is it not?
Is it? I thought it was 72.
I think it's 71.
Yeah, it probably is because the bonus. Yeah, double check.
I can't even read this on my LP.
We should know that.
Let's see here. 71. Yeah,
it was 71.
Okay.
What month? March, right?
Yeah, March
31st.
Yeah.
My birthday, 71.
Oh yeah.
It suddenly clicked. I'm like, that came out on my birthday. So I was how old was I? I was 5 years old. Holy shit. And the funny part about this is Aqualung is maybe the song that in School's Out. Because I always forget to mention Cooper when I talk about my origins of getting into metal and rock and hard rock and all that stuff. I always forget to mention Alice Cooper. I always say Kiss, but and then these early albums. Like I remember this song from 1972 or 3 when I used to go to the neighbors as a little shit. They'd let me in and they'd sit there and like say, "Hey man, don't tell your mom, but we're gonna swear. We're gonna say the words fuck." And I was already swearing at like 5 years old because my dad had a terrible mouth. But the funny part is, man, this track, this album title track may be the one song I remember of all tracks, of everything. That or School's Out. They were the two. And then Kiss came in there probably like second. So, all right, so let's talk about this. Only 2 tracks, right?
Yes, I believe so. I just realized I should have had I kind of had it out of order on the playlist. I should have had the Aqualung stuff before Living in the Past, but I'll go and switch that. Yeah, so we got Wondering Aloud Again, which is, I mean, you get Wondering Aloud on the album, which is just a little short. It's like under 2 minutes, right? I think.
Yeah.
A little acoustic thing, but man, Wondering It Aloud Again is kind of a combination of Wondering Aloud and Wondering Again, which you get on the Living in the Past comp.
Right.
And man, it's a great song. I really love that song. Yeah, it's 708.
708. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Killer track. Killer
Yeah,
track.
it's awesome because they start out with the kind of acoustic "Wondering Aloud" song, and then it changes into this rock song after that. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a
really
killer
cool.
track, man. Killer track. Love that song. And then we've got "Lick Your Fingers Clean," which I hear a very heavy Who vibe in that song.
Oh yeah,
Like "Don't Get Fooled Again," or it's got that anthemic sort of very riff, high energy, theatrical, really, really great song, man.
yeah. It's kind of it's almost an early version of Two Fingers from War Child. You can kind of hear where it evolved into that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is a little bit different too, so worth hearing.
So this one, this 40th anniversary, you get the stereo, new Steven Wilson stereo mix. You get the associated 71 recordings, tracks 1 through 10 remixed by Steven Wilson. Then you get flat transfers of the same stuff, right? That is on a DVD, I believe. I think this is no, it's 2 discs and 1 DVD. I think it's 3, right? That's it.
I'm not sure.
No, it's 4. What the fuck? It's 2 DVDs and 2 CDs. Let's see. So what's the fourth? Oh, DVD 2 here. Okay. DVD 1 contains Aqualung remixed in 5.1 and DTS. 7 of the tracks are remixed in 5.1. Of the bonus tracks are remixed in 5.1. And then on DD2, you get a flat transfer from the original stereo master of the album, original quad mix. Remember, this was mixed in quad way back in 74. I've never heard it, actually. I haven't listened to it on here yet. And then you get a flat transfer of the original stereo master of the EP. We should mention the EP is on here, and the EP is the Life's a Long Song EP. But that actually is also then, where's that at? It's on the one you're going to show, right?
Yeah. I've never heard that EP or anything. I should.
Yeah, I had
on
neither,
it?
except for on here. Huh?
What's on that EP?
Well, it's the 4 songs that we're going to talk about on the Living in the Past. It's got Life's a Long Song, Up the Pool, Dr. Bogenbroom, From Later, and Nursey. So 5
Okay.
tracks. Yeah. So let's get into that. We're going to get into yours.
Sure.
This is the one thing I do not own that Erik bought that I don't own. So Living in the Past. Let's talk a little bit about this. I got some notes on that. Let me pull that up a minute here, if you don't mind. And that has oops, hang on. I'm here almost. Hang on. So this comes out in 1972, and it's kind of regarded very highly, man. Comes out June 23rd, 72. And essentially, it's a grab bag of early Jethro Tull tracks, including enough non-album tracks, including the entire Life's a Long Song EP, an alternate version of album tracks from various albums that appear. Let's see, what do we got here? Live tracks of Dharma for One, Wondering Aloud, which only extracts appeared on Aqualung under the title Wondering Aloud. And then you get, it's basically the key to getting a whole picture of this period of Tull, like a time capsule. And dude, it's really good. They call it Throwaways, Cast-Offs, B-Side. And one guy says on Rate Your Music, this should be dreadful, shouldn't it? But it's not. In fact, it's revelatory. Living in the Past is an amazing trek through the first 4 years of Tull's bandhood. And what a remarkable trip. The album cuts a wide swath and shows a range of musical depth that very few bands possess. It succeeds because it's not only a greatest hits package, but it's also a snapshot of their of the band at that time. It's more like a family album, complete with embarrassing photos of drunken Uncle Earl dry humping the jungle gym, things like that. So it's now we should mention though, there's like several versions of this thing. There's a US version. There's a UK version that had 23 tracks on it. The US version had 20 or 21. And the CD version has 19.
Yeah. The CD version I have has 19. So it says it omits Bure and Teacher, but
Right.
let's see. The Mobile Fidelity Lab edition from
Mo-Fi.
1997 is the 23 track version.
Right. Oh, that
But-
is 20. Okay.
Yeah, but this one that I picked up still has all the like rarities and stuff. You're just missing a couple because they did throw a couple album tracks and stuff on here as well.
Yeah, here's what's on there. It features 6 non-album single sides, 3 oddball outtakes, the key transitional EP "Life Is a Long Song," recorded between Aqualung and Thick as a Brick. And let's see what else. Also, we're noting side C features 2 long live tracks recorded at Carnegie Hall, which we're going to talk about in a minute. That said, both exhibit sides of Tull not otherwise evident on record, or at least not evident on record until much later release of the archival live sets. The first one, by kind permission of, is a long piece by keyboard John Evans, and is unlike anything else in Tull's catalog, being a succession of composed fragments, mostly performed by Evans as a B-side or as a piano solo. Anderson contributes intermittent flute. The rest of the band don't come in until the tail end, making some crowd-pleasing noise. Dharma, for one, is an extended group jam, including a long drum solo characteristic of the band's live show. The original LP, UK LP, has 21 tracks. The US LP also has 21 tracks, but swaps out 2 tracks, ditching Inside and Locomotive Breath for Alive and Well, and Living in and Hymn 43. Alive and Well has been dropped from the US version of the benefit in favor of Teacher. Too long to fit on one CD. The UK CD reissue bumped Marie and Teacher for a total of 19 tracks. US edition follows the UK edition, but repeats the swap of Locomotive Breath for Hymn 43 and adds Alive and Well for a total of 20 tracks. There you go. If you wanted to know all this shit,
Right. Mine has Hymn 43, but it doesn't have Alive and Well and Living In. So
wow.
and this is a Canadian version. So
there might be a separate version there.
From when? I don't really, honestly, I should have looked up when this came out. I'm not sure. I think it's 90s.
Yeah.
90s version. It's just in a jewel case with the black stuff and black.
And then
whatever,
you mentioned the MFSL. That's a 2 CD edition from 97.
Yeah.
Very pricey. That's 23
probably.
track one. And then there's a similarly scarce 2004 Japanese 2 CD reissue that reproduces the original UK LP's running time. So
Right.
crazy amount of shit on this, but let's talk about the tracks.
Yeah,
It is
I will.
So good.
I will say real quick, this is a typical kind of 90s reissue. Here's the liner notes. Check that out. Literally just what you get on the back already. So
yeah,
pretty trashy, but
lame.
Oh well, it was cheap. It's worth it for having the music. So.
Yeah, I gotta grab that one because there's a couple of tracks on there that I don't own. It's the last thing I don't own.
I got that one for like $8. So
yeah.
Anyway, you got a few album tracks on here, but Love Story, for instance, fantastic. That's like,
and that song,
man, so good. Yeah, that's like I mean, it's a driving like hard rock song with an awesome riff, and some cool little like mellower sections that creep in as well. Christmas Song is mostly an acoustic one, but super catchy, cool lyrics. It's not your typical kind of Christmas song. It's more about like, I don't know, not falling into the hole.
Ian loves writing Christmas songs because there's at least 5 or 6 of them in all the. Yeah, this is the first.
I guess we never covered the Christmas album, did we? I guess we could have tossed that in here, but I didn't even think of it. But
we didn't, and that's one I don't own. But I was. Wait a minute, do I have it? Hold on.
It's actually it's pretty good. It's, I mean, as far as Christmas albums go,
I think I mentioned this one, a little light music. This one's this one's great too, but I don't have the Christmas one.
If you like Tull, it's definitely worth hearing. It's not your typical Christmas bland, boring, same shit. So,
it's good.
But yeah, Christmas Song, really cool song, even though it's just acoustic. Living in the Past,
Oh,
Fantastic song. Love that song. I mean, every time I hear it, I just sing along.
you just want to
Um,
crank it, man. It's just feel
yeah.
good song, right?
And
It's a
that,
feel-good
yeah, for sure. And it's timeless too. It's just about kind of
song.
getting back to basics, you know, just the
And that flute, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Along with the bass line and the wood block hits. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Great lyrics too. And it was the first ever hit single in 5/8. Little
It's 5/8.
trivia there.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, love that song. Driving Song is like a heavy bluesy, just
Very bluesy.
gritty rock song, really good. Sweet Dream, another fantastic, just heavy song. Yeah, that riff, man. It's like nearing early Sabbath levels of heaviness,
doomy,
for sure.
man. Doom song, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Super
Killer song. Singing
And
All
then
Day.
The part where it
What's
goes
that?
down, 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 and then ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-ba.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's so wicked, man.
so good. Singing All Day is like a little kind of, I don't know, jazzy, I guess you could call it. It's more of a
very
kind of
psychedelic.
whimsical, yeah,
Psychedelic.
yeah, kind of like a more whimsical, kind of floaty little thing. But it's still really catchy, memorable. You got a version of Teacher on here. It doesn't say which version.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is Promise. I know you like this one.
Oh
We're
my
talking about it.
God, I love that song.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Which is Promise. I don't know the words off the top of my head, but
there's some weird timing stuff going on with it, but it's like, and the key changes too are really, it's a really interesting song, composition wise. But again, Tull was so good throughout the whole 70s at balancing complexity and catchiness perfectly. Like so many songs that are rhythmically and melodically very complex if you break it down, but just super memorable and instantly catchy. They just stick in your head.
man, these lyrics, though, check it out real quick. Lend me your ear while I call you a fool. Ooh, you were kissed by a witch, which one night? Well, oh wait, by a witch one night in the wood. How he sings that wood.
Yeah.
And then he goes, the witch's promise was coming. Oh, it's so good. Absolutely top 10 Tull song, man. Maybe top 5. It's so good, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. I guess it was a single or something. It's crazy though. Like already we're running into stuff. It's like, how is this not on an album?
Yeah, why was that not
so
on?
many of these songs?
Yeah, exactly.
But just trying to be alive and well and living in was on Benefit, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just trying to be is a kind of really short. I'm kind of drawing a bit of a blank on it right now. It's a minute and a half long. It's kind of an acoustic little thing. It's cool, but it's not.
It's got vibes and xylophone. It's got xylophone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's kind of not one of the most memorable things for me,
really,
but it's still cool.
Yeah.
You talked a bit before about By Kind Permission Of. Yeah, it starts off with a big like piano solo. But then the band comes in and they it's almost like they're jamming with You Here to Help Me. It's like kind of similar with the way the last part goes for that. That's a cool track. That one's live as well at Carnegie Hall. You get Wondering Again, which is kind of the second half of Wondering Aloud Again. That's tacked on to Wondering Aloud for that version that's on the Aqualung box set.
Right.
And that by itself is a cool track too. But I do prefer the full 7-minute version because it flows really well too.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Life's a Long Song. That's kind of a upbeat, just kind of it's catchy too. It's not one of my favorite ones. Up the Pool, same kind of thing. Some of these later tracks on this album are, I don't know. I mean, I'm a hard rock and metal guy. mainly. So I love when Tull does the heavy stuff like Sweet Dream and Love Song and that kind of stuff. These are still great songs though. Dr. Bogan Broom is super catchy, memorable. From Later as well. And then Nursey is just a little kind of 1.5 minute thing as well, which I don't know. I will say this compilation is a little bit front loaded for me. The first half is just
Yeah, I
killer,
agree. Yeah.
but it's worth picking up even just for those tracks.
Yeah, if you're a completist, you gotta own this. There's no doubt about it. And because I would say generally it's probably a 7.5 to 8 out of 10, easy.
Yeah, and if you're not a completist, if you're a Tull fan, you have to hear some of this stuff anyway. I mean, it's so good.
So for me, Love Story, man, one of my absolute favorite Tull songs. Da 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 da, and it's man, going back in the morning time to see, how he floats those lyrics, man. It's just so to see if my love has come around. Yeah, going back in the morning time to see if my love has come. To see if my love has come around. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's just such a The beat is killer. The melody is killer. It's just one of those. And whatever they're playing there, oh, it's just so good.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of these. I was interjecting already. Living in the Past, already sang it. It's so fucking good, man. So Driving Song, kind of bluesy by numbers, and not my favorite song. Sweet Dreams, we already talked about. Fucking epic. The horn. Ba, 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 ba,
it's almost got like there's almost like a bit of a brass section or something. It's like it comes in. Yeah,
it's definitely got.
It comes in on those hits. The ba 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 ba.
But the best part when he gets that da 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 bam 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 bam, and that does
where they stop.
Yeah,
the stops and then just the on the drums before the chorus kicks in. Yeah,
it starts galloping. It's so fucking killer, man. That was one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Singing All Day, heavy flute, very psychedelic, killer track, which is Promised. I already sang a bunch of it. A fucking epic song. Just Trying to Be, sweet acoustic ballad with vibes and xylophone, nice. Wandering Around, mainly piano-based up-tempo track with great vocals by Ian Anderson. Life's a Long Song. Oh, man. This one has a very radio-friendly vibe to it. Very thick as a brick ripoff. It's very do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That part of everybody's familiar with, just problems in the gutter and how's it go? Fuck. I'm singing all these songs. I'm getting them confused.
Yeah.
Really don't mind if you sit this one out. That it's got a little vibe of that going on. Wondering.
See that.
Where we at? Up the Pole, solid little acoustic track. Cool rocker in the Aqualung vein. Lots of cool Martin Barr guitar solos in that. From Later, kind of a flute jam, pretty proggy and rocking. Good track. Love Nursey, man. It's a gorgeous little short rustic acoustic thing. Kind of think Jacqueline or those kind of tracks from the Heavy Horses, Stormwatch, Songs from the Wood era, right?
Yeah, totally.
That kind of stuff. Kelpie, Salamander, all those kind of really cool little Ian Anderson short little tracks. Nurseys like that's beautiful. All right, so we get to the Passion Play stuff.
Right. Did you want to talk about this at all? Because this actually, I just looked it up. Thick as a Brick came out in March of '72, and Living in the Past was June or something. So this actually came out before. Did you want to talk about this box set at all?
Not really. Is there? Did we talk about it?
I guess we did in the other episode. There isn't really much for bonus stuff, but yeah,
that's the only one that's 2 discs, right?
Yeah.
And what's on it, real quick? What's on it?
Got the original album remixed on the CD, and then you got the DVD has 5.1 and Dolby Digital Surround, new stereo mix. Original 72 stereo mix flat transfer, and a 1972 radio ad. So, I mean, you basically just get the album 4 times or whatever. And I mean,
this is the only one that I have that's not original. I swear somewhere in here they put repress or second press.
Yeah, I don't know.
I swear it's in here somewhere. I just don't remember where. Because everybody was all the
It's-
original presser people. This one was going for crazy fucking money, like
What's the
$500.
what's the back of yours look like? Oh, it does look the same.
I have the
Okay.
same one you have. I have the same
Yeah,
one.
it's a little bit different. The barcode looked like it was in a different spot.
Mine's made in Germany.
Okay.
No, barcodes are the same place.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's just got that big "Made in Germany" thing
Made in
there.
Germany sticker. I didn't peel it off. I just noticed it. Yeah.
Mine says that too, but it does say copyright 2012 and 2015, and then it says copyright 2022
That's
beside
that's
that.
it.
So that
That's
would be
it right there.
that's how you
They
could tell, I guess.
They repressed it for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super Strike. It was no joke. It was going for $500, $600, $700 on eBay for a
Yeah,
while. And I was
crazy.
like, there's no way I'm ever going to own this. And finally, Ian listened and said, "Well, let's reissue," because they reissued Benefit in the long box as opposed to. I didn't pull my other Benefit out, but the Benefit was the second one that came out. And, like,
Okay.
they didn't put them out in order. Weirdly, they put them out. Thick as a Brick was first, then they went back to Benefit. And when they did Benefit, they didn't do the book like this. They did it like a regular digipack. I have it. I found it in Baltimore at a record store called Soundgarden for $15, and it was going for $125 on with the Blu-ray. It's got a Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
Now
Nice.
I don't know. I that's something we'll have to look up. Remind me before we leave. I'll look while you're talking. I'll go look that up. But
Right.
that might be the one that ends up being the really valuable one because it's not like
Yeah.
every other one. And I found one for next to nothing.
No, I
And
think
then I bought the regular one because I wanted them all to be uniform on the shelf.
Yeah. I don't think the original of this box set ever had bonus stuff on it either. So
No,
I
I
mean,
did. Nope.
yeah.
Nope.
I don't know.
There
It's
isn't
still
much.
cool.
It
It's
wasn't
still
much.
definitely cool to have with the,
Oh, for
the
sure.
booklet and stuff
Yeah.
for sure. But
Well worth it. Well, and these
Yeah.
were. You told me about this being reissued. You're like, hey, dude, they're up there for like. I think I got this for $16 for both for the whole
Nice.
thing. Yeah, it was like one of those. You know, the thing about these is, and I told you when Beast came out, it was going for $80. It's down to 50.
Yeah.
It's going for 52 now. I bought it at 58 because I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't want it to. Now I wish I would have held on. So
I might have to grab that.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
All right, because that's the one that has like all the crazy shit. We'll get to that one. So, all right, so let's move because we're already into the hour territory. So,
Okay. Yeah.
we're not going to do this in two. I can see that. But long story short, also on that album, doesn't that have on Living in the Past? Doesn't have a Passion Play stuff, or are we looking? Oh wait,
No.
no, it doesn't. Okay, so Passion Play. This is the one that's still pretty hard to find. And it does have on it the Stephen Wilson stereo remix. On CD2, it's got the Chateau d'Orville sessions, which we're going to talk about here. All of them. And then it's got DVD audio as Passion Play remixed in 5.1. Blah, 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 blah. The story of the hare who lost the spectacles. An intro and outro. Film footage for the tour of 1973.
Oh, cool.
And then it's got the Chateau d'Orville sessions remixed in 5.1. So this one's one of the two or three that's still very hard to find, along with War Child and probably Stand Up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe the Benefit original CD packaging. So we'll look those up before we go. I'll look them up in a minute. So all right, you want to jump into this one here? You got the Oroville sessions.
Yeah. I don't have a ton to say about them. I mean, it's. I honestly, full disclosure, I need a bit more listening time with these to try and kind of absorb it all, because it's really dense stuff. I mean, same with A Passion Play, the album. It's some of the most dense, complex music that Jethro Tull ever made, basically.
Check it out. My Nebula shit on the ceiling and my
Oh, nice.
Triumph Just a Game flag hung on the
Cool.
upside down on the thing. I just
Nice.
looked up. I'm like, man, that looks cool. Yeah, I will say this. Listen to the Oroville sessions, which then were scrapped because they had so many problems. food poisoning, bed bugs, ghosts, all kind of weird shit at Chateau d'Aurevel in France, where Bowie and Queen and lots of other big bands had played.
Zeppelin, right? Maybe.
Huh?
Zeppelin, maybe?
I don't know if Zeppelin was
Can't
there.
remember.
I can't remember. I know
Could be wrong.
Bowie and Queen were there. I know those two. They had all kind of issues. They went back to England. They finished. They scrapped everything. The d'Aurevel sessions are good. I don't personally like them as much as I like how Passion Play turned out. Now, a lot of people struggle with this. And I remember when we did our session, I really dug this album. I don't remember what I gave it, but it was very high, like an 8.75 or a 9. I really dug what they did with this. It's weird. It is a play. It's a musical. You know, it's got the spoken weird, the hair with spectacle stuff, and you know, the silly. It's very silly and in many ways Monty Python-esque, and almost taking the piss on prog rock bands that do album sides. They were almost like doing it as a joke. But it's very jazzy. I love all the jazz elements. I love the horns, the oboes, French horns. Very cool. As far as the d'Aurevel sessions, they're not nearly as good. They just don't. They do sound kind of cluttered, a little overwhelming at times. There's good parts of them, you know, like the Oblique Concrete.
Critique Oblique.
Yeah, Critique Oblique. I do like Skating Away on the Thin Ice, of course. Skating away on the thin ice of a new day. Love that song. The others, you know, there's a lot on here that, you know, I can't really pick out and go, oh, that's memorable.
Yeah, that's
the only thing that's super memorable, right?
That's kind of the thing for me too, is like, just the whole complexity of it makes it not. This is kind of what I was saying before about them having that balance of accessibility, memorability, and complexity. This is kind of the tipping over the scales into just sheer complex craziness, which is it's pretty cool in its own right. And like I said, I'm gonna listen to this a few more times for sure, to try and absorb it a bit more. But it's one of those albums. Maybe you agree. You listen to it, when you're immersed in it, you really dig it. But when you walk away from it, you're like, I don't really remember anything. That's the weird thing.
It's not very memorable. So I like it. I liked it way more than I remembered liking it. I remembered hating it way back when. Like thinking, oh, this is fucking stupid. It doesn't, there's nothing here that I can latch onto. But I found a lot more the last time we did all these sessions. In fact, that was one I went back to 2 times and listened to it like in full, like to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, when I got done, I was like, now 6 months later, I'm going, there's no witch's promise. There's no living in the past. There's no Aqualung. There's no cross-eyed Mary. You know?
I listened to it like a week and a half ago, and I'm struggling to remember much of it, but it is cool as well. It's worth pointing out that you hear a lot of bits and pieces here and there that ended up being parts of a Passion Play or parts of songs that ended up on War Child as well, which is kind of interesting to hear. Right.
So that's kind of enough on that, I think. I just had some quick notes. Big top scenario, weird sound effects, intro, big thematic song to set stage for the larger movement of Passion Play. Very proggy and jazzy. Tull gets weird. Auditioning, beefy, heavy. Audition, beefy, heavy. Skating Away, typical hit single, half rock, half pop. Love it. Skating Away. And then you got Sailor Rehearsal, kind of lots of keys. Made a lot of musical connections that don't go anywhere. Left, right. What's it called? Left, right? Fuck. I think I was falling asleep when I wrote that.
Left, right.
Left, right, yeah. No rehearsal. I'm kind of putting these together. The weird Hammond sound on that one. Sounds weirdly American, stomping heavy, rock, horns, bits of horns, guitars, and Hammond. Only Solitaire, acoustic intro, good. Critique, it's sometimes atonal, very thick as a brick, sometimes
dissonant.
Very reminiscent of riffs you've already heard in Tull's catalog. What you were saying, like you hear bits and pieces of other bigger songs that became songs that are memorable, but here they're bits and pieces.
Right.
Law of the Bungle, Tiger Tune, blah blah blah. Not much to say on that. So, War Child bonus track.
One thing we could mention is they put out the Chateau Disaster tapes on
Separately.
vinyl.
Separately.
By itself now,
22, I think, right?
I think it may have just been
23.
last year, or maybe it was 22.
Yeah, it might have been 23. You're right. Yeah, they just did that. You're right. Yep. But you can get them on the Passion Play. You can also get them on Nightcap, which is coming up. We're not going to really talk about, but it's the same. That was Nightcap came out a long time ago. I have to look when.
92 or something? Early 90s, I think.
Is that what it is? Let me see. That sounds about right. Let's look. But that one, 93.
Okay.
Damn close, son. Damn close. They were on there, so you can find them many places now at this point, right? I mean, it's not like they're hidden. Ian's put them out. I believe they're also on this. This is where they first came out, I believe. Right?
What is that?
This is the box set, the 88 box.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this has Chateau Disaster tapes. It only has 12 minutes of it, though, so it's not the full thing.
Okay.
There you go. It has scenario, audition, and no rehearsal. So it's missing stuff there. So we'll talk about that one in brief because there's only a couple tracks there that aren't everywhere else. All right, so we're on to where are we on to? We are
War Child.
War Child. You like this album a lot, don't you?
I will say I like a lot of the bonus stuff more than half of the original album.
Yeah, so this comes with let's see. A new stereo Steve Wilson remix. The second act, associated recordings, track 1 through 5, or 15, excuse me, are Steve Wilson remixes, and then the 16 to 21 are mixed to stereo, and 74 by Robin Black, because there's 21 tracks on here.
Oh, wow.
As associated recordings, and you went through that, picked out the stuff that wasn't on.
According to Wikipedia, anyway.
No, here we go. And then the DVD one has World Child 5.1, Glory Row, and March the Mad Scientist are on there in DTS. And the third Hurrah promo footage was remixed. So all kinds of stuff there. And then on the DVD 2 contains an additional 11 group recordings from War Child sessions and later, including 3 previously unreleased tracks and 4 orchestral recordings from Wild Child. So there you go. There's all kinds of stuff on there we're probably not going to touch on.
You know what? I'm missing some stuff on that playlist. Some of the stuff I hadn't heard.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it right now. Field Dance, Waltz of the Angels, The Beach, Part 1 and 2. Yeah, okay. Damn. My bad. I somehow missed that. I tried my best, but with over 100 songs, it's hard to keep track. I'll try to.
Looks to me like you got all the way down to the orchestral War Child theme, and then a couple down below. So we're just not, we're not perfect here, man. It's going to be tough to get. This was like 11 or 12 full albums. If you take a 70s album that has 10 tracks, that's what we did. 10 or 11 albums here. Yeah. And
I'll try to go into the playlist and add that stuff after this too.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on the tracks that you do have listed here?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk for a minute because I'm going to grab a wine.
Okay. Man, there is some absolutely killer stuff on here. You talk about the original War Child album. It's good. It's a very solid album, but it's never been one of my absolute favorite Tull albums. I would say it's kind of front loaded for me. The first half is really great, and you have a couple really good songs on the second half, but towards the tail end it kind of drops off a bit for me. But man, these bonus tracks, you got Paradise Steakhouse. From the first time I heard that song, man, I loved it. It's just so catchy. The guitar and flute part that comes in after the chorus on that, so good. Saturation is really heavy and intense. It's got a lot of kind of synchronized snare and guitar work that's super cool. Good Godmother is a cool one too. Not one of my favorites. Sea Lion 2 it has connections to Sea Lion, of course, that's on the album, but it is pretty different. I think I might like the original better of that one. Quartet is a cool instrumental. A lot of organ in that one, from what I remember. Pretty heavy, under 3 minutes, but super cool song. War Child 2 is very similar to the War Child track that came on the album. There's a couple little differences here and there, but pretty similar. Tomorrow Was Today. Love that song too. Super catchy chorus on that one, and just a really nice groove to it. Glory Row is amazing. I love the bass line and the I don't know if it's some kind of woodwind or something that comes in there. It almost sounded like clarinet or oboe or something, but man, so catchy, memorable, great melodies all over the place. You get March the Mad Scientist, which is a short acoustic thing, under 2 minutes, but some really interesting guitar lines in that one as well. Rainbow Blues is another great one. Gets stuck in my head all the time. Just I don't know, kind of fits with the vibe of this album, where they're getting away from the Thick as a Brick and Passion Play huge extended stuff, and really condensing their songwriting into
more radio look.
But it really works. Man, I don't know if you could hear me when I mean, you're gonna talk about these too, but man, some of these songs, Paradise Steakhouse, Saturation,
Saturation's killer.
So good. Glory Row. Whew.
That's another really good acoustic track. Yeah. Very catchy. Very catchy.
Glory Row is yeah, it is mostly acoustic, but so good. Let's see. Pan Dance. Pan Dance is an instrumental, I think, too.
Oh man, dude. Pan Dance is fucking killer. That song is awesome.
I need to listen to that one again, I guess. I think that was on here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, I had it in the minstrel section, but
no, I think it's on here.
Yeah, no, it is on here apparently. I don't know how I totally missed some of this stuff on here, but and then the orchestral
track number 11. It was previously unreleased. I gotta tell you, for me, Pan Dance, best song on a whole thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, I fucking love that song. It's a ripper. It's the instrumental. It's instrumental. It's so
yeah,
killer.
It is. Yeah. I got to listen to that one again. I'm drawing a bit of a blank on it right now.
Killer. Let me go
ahead. And then the orchestral War Child theme is cool too. It's just like a total orchestral piece, but it's interesting as well. And yeah, I got to admit, I don't know the rest of the stuff on here. I totally missed it. So go for it. I think you're muted.
How many tracks did you miss?
Let's see. I didn't have Mime Sequence, Field Dance, Waltz of the Angels, and The Beach Part 1 and Part 2. So five songs. You're muted again.
Yeah, I'm trying to get.
Okay.
Can you hear that or no?
Not really.
I don't want to get struck, but what I'm trying to just remember the basic melody of Pan Dance.
Right.
This is.
I do remember it now. I can sort of hear it. It's got that flute thing. The main flute motif.
Super breathy and airy, super orchestral.
Yeah.
Jiggy, very Irish jiggy, which they started to do more and more of as we get Good songs from the Wood and Heavy Horses. Great. It's just beautiful orchestral flute piece, man. Fucking amazing, man. I mean, like, I don't think people quite get just how amazingly talented Ian Anderson is as a musician. I mean, you know, he plays keyboards. He's multi-instrumental. He writes all these songs for the most part. And
Yeah.
talking all the stuff that was side pieces and, you know, rough takes and all that stuff, they're better than some of the songs on the album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real quick, I'll run through my take. You got War Child Waltz, pretty orchestrated theme of the album track. You know, War Child, dance away, da, da, da. Good stuff. You got Quartet Loungy and Saxy, really cool, orchestral. All these tracks are very orchestral. Paradise Steakhouse, kind of poppy and weird, silly lyrics, but a cool jammy track. Like it.
Yeah.
C-Line 2, really weird track, lots of cool riffs, and almost weirdly Marshall drums, like Marshall time, you know. Very proggy, very strange vocal delivery by IA. Some spoken words in there and accordion. He's using the accordion.
Right.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rainbow Blues, solid blues, very proggy. Some sweet Martin Barr guitar work. Glory Road, really good. Mostly acoustic track, but very catchy and poppy. Saturation, I love this track. Lots of heavy proggy Martin Barr riffs on that one. Very heavy, very cool. Good Godmother, solid track with that super phased out keyboard line. Guitars that are wildly affected and lots of sax. War Child 2, not nuts about this one. A little too slow. Tomorrow Was Today, not nuts about this one either. Okay.
Yeah, I love that song, man.
That one didn't do it for me. Maybe it was one of those Beltane tracks, though. Maybe.
Yeah, that was weird.
It seemed ultra slow. We'll talk about that when we get to Beltane.
Okay.
We'll talk about Beltane in a minute here. It's okay. Didn't do a lot for me. And then we got the orchestral War Child theme. Really cool cinematic long. It's like 9 minutes long. Very cool. All orchestral. Very cool. So very much worth listening to those. Let's jump on to Minstrel. Or wait, no, we're not a Minstrel. We're War Child, aren't we? No.
Yeah, we're at Minstrel next.
Yeah, I googled.
Yeah.
All right, so Minstrel. This is the one that was really going for crazy money at one time. Notice I got a ding on mine. What the hell? I don't like my box that's dinged, man. That's not cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna spill the wine, guys. Please don't fucking don't hex me, man.
Watch it.
You're right, though. I created a monstrous mess. Kind of fucked up a bunch of very valuable box sets, namely the first Tangerine Dream box set, man.
Damn.
It fucked it up. Not any of the music or anything, but the outside box has purple sort of. It's seeped up the side in a corner, and you just know it's not right. So, and that is the most I've ever paid for anything. I paid $310 for that box set.
Damn.
Yeah, because it was that valuable to me. I wanted that 18 set box or 18. No, it wasn't. No. It was 260. Sorry. Minstrel, love this album. Killer fucking album.
Yeah.
What do we got on there, Eric?
There's not a whole lot, actually. I had 3 tracks on the playlist, but looking at War Child again, 2 of them were on that. March the Mad Scientist and Pandance. So we basically have 1 track, as far as I can tell. But man, what a track. Summer Day Sands. Amazing song. I mean, it starts really acoustic and mellow, but once the band kicks into it's just, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's just one of those absolutely classic Tull tracks that I don't know why it wasn't on the album, to be completely honest.
Love that
It's
song.
weird.
So good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I have very quickly just Summer Day Sands, okay track, nothing crazy good. March the Mad Scientist, lovely little acoustic ditty, and then Pandance, out of this world. Amazing. Yeah. Right? Pandance, right?
Yeah, Pandance. But
right?
I mean, that was on War Child as well, so
Yeah, but is it the
Yeah.
same version? I don't think
I
it is.
don't know. I haven't heard the one on or on War Child. That's the thing too, is like so many different versions
Well,
of
does
different songs too.
does Wikipedia have a track length on Pandance on Warchop? And
Let me just check.
see what the track links are on both of them.
Yeah, on War Child. 337. So it's a little bit longer than the one on Minstrel.
How long is the one on Minstrel?
327 it looks like.
Oh, so 6 seconds. That
I don't know.
Who knows
6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah, who knows what that could be. Anyways, whatever. It's a fucking awesome, fucking amazing song. So there you go. All right, so we're gonna get on to this one, which has a lot of I'm sorry, nope, not that one. This one.
I guess that one also hasn't been reissued yet.
You're right. Nope. And this is a we didn't talk about this one real quick. This one has the original mix, stereo, Steven Wilson new mix, and then you've got the DVD. This has 2 DVDs, 2 CDs. The second CD is live at the Palais des Sports in Paris in July of '75. The DVD one has Minstrel with, additionally, also has Summer Day, Requiem. Requiem, we don't have that on here. Where'd that? Oh, that's on the album. Those are all early versions remixed in 5.1. All flat transfer, blah, blah, blah. Flat transfer of the 75 album quad. So you get the quad mix. And then you get the DVD audio 2 and video. You get live at the Palais. And video, you get promo clips from Palais de Sports. There you go. I haven't watched those. Just not much for those. I hate to say. Kind of lazy about that. I need to
live DVDs.
Yeah, I'm just lazy as fuck on that shit.
Well, you get to go to shows. So.
Yeah.
I love live DVDs because I don't have to drive.
Yeah, you don't have to
16
drive
hours round trip.
Well, and the thing is, I've only saw Tull twice. I saw him on Roots to Branches and I think Rock Island or Catfish. So they were pretty far beyond this material that we're in, but they played a lot of it, right?
They were
great. They were great.
Yeah,
it was before Ian started having voice problems.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how he is now. I've seen he struggles sometimes. So, but they were fucking awesome. But does that mean I need to see him now? No. But these DVDs are cool because they're concerts from the '70s, which they have to be a million times cooler then. You know what I mean? They're not older dudes. More energy, less. Ian used to run around the stage like a madman, like just crazy. So, like Bruce does with Maiden, still. So, jump into these songs on this one.
Sure. Not a whole lot here either. 4 songs basically, unless I could have screwed this up again. My apologies for missing some stuff, but again, it's so much to try to get through. It's a lot to keep track of. But Salamander's Ragtime, kind of a weird song. It doesn't really sound like anything Tull ever did. It's a weird. It almost sounds like it's from a Broadway musical kind of thing or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. Salamander's Ragtime. It's kind of a weird, quirky track.
Yo, Nate.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not a favorite. It's kind of fun, but it's just kind of strange. Commercial Traveler is a great song. I really like that one. I would say I probably like it better than anything that was on the album, to be completely honest.
I would not disagree with you, man. And I love Salamander's Rag too. I think it's a great track, man. It's fun.
It is fun. Yeah.
It's a ragtime. It's a ragtime song. That's what it is. It's great.
Right. And it is catchy too. It's just kind of weird. It doesn't sound like Tull, but it's a good song anyway. A Small Cigar, I'm not crazy about. It's kind of slow. Yeah. Not a ton going on.
Weird lyrics from Ian.
Yeah. And Strip Cartoon, kind of, I don't know, kind of like the album. It's kind of, it's fine, but it's not.
I like it. It's a down-tempo acoustic song better than many of the actual songs. I think it's a better song than.
Yeah.
I could probably pick 3 or 4 songs off Too Old to Rock and Roll, which, you know, I don't remember where I had this one. Do you remember my top 5? Yeah.
Well, that wasn't in the top 5.
I
I don't
know this
remember.
wasn't close. I think it was near the bottom, if I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm trying to remember my top 5. It had to have Songs from the Wood.
yeah.
I think
I
that was
don't
number
remember.
1. I think that was number 1. And Heavy Horses, I think, was 2. But Stormwatch is probably in there, Broadsword, and then like Benefit, and you know, we'll have to go back and I'll pull that up next thing. I'll pull up our
Yeah.
top. We'll check them out.
Yeah, the thing.
I will link those videos, because if you missed parts 1 and part 2, we go over each album ad nauseum, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I said everything. You know, Salamander's great. Would have rather had that on. Commercial Trapper, definitely would have rather had it on. Small Cigar, Strip Cartoon, pretty solid track. I think I would have rather had that on. So I would get to Songs from the Wood, and there's only 3 on here, right? Or 4. Yeah, 4
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the one that finally got reissued, which this one sold out rather quickly and was going for crazy fucking money for a while. Like, you know, $600-700.
Yeah.
It's nuts. You know?
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way. I got all mine with the exception of Thick as a Brick, because I didn't know about it when it came out. It was already out of print. All mine are OGs. I'm like, no. And I have the terrible part is I have all of the remasters too, and some of the original CD pressings. So I probably have, with Tull, I probably have about 40 albums all told, but many of them are just duplicated different pressings. So, and if you want to get into Tull, go this route. Forget those other ones. Everything you need is right here. That's why they're there, you know. Pretty sure this was my number 1. Pretty sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't blame you. Yeah, man. Beltane is great. Maybe not the version you heard earlier today. I don't know what
Well,
was
I had
happening.
a weird thing happen. The playlist that Eric sent me, when I got onto Beltane, it's like bum 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 bum. I'm like, the fuck, man? I look at the timing. I'm like, what is going on? It's like a comma Beltane. I'm like, yeah, something's wrong with it. So something's wrong with the download that I had, because the real one is a Beltane. One of my top 5 favorite Tull songs ever.
Oh,
Why
nice.
that wasn't on that album, I'll never understand.
Yeah. I mean, if you like Songs from the Wood, it's right in that vein of the rest of the album. It's just fantastic.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah. I don't have a lot to say about it other than that, but it's amazing. Same with Old Ace's Die Hard. Near 9-minute epic. You can kind of hear hints of Dark Ages from Stormwatch on this. The kind of, it's almost got that gallop to it a little bit in places. The didn't that bands like Iron Maiden and stuff would go on to do later. Of course, Steve Harris is well known to be a huge Tull fan, so that makes sense. But yeah, amazing song. You get another version of Strip Cartoon, which we kind of already covered. It's pretty similar to the one on Too Old. You get an early version of Working John, Working Joe from which came out on the A album. But honestly, I think I like this version better. It's
great version,
more acoustic based, a lot more flute going on, and way less synthesizers. So it's a good version of it. And I figured it was different enough that it might as well be on the playlist. So,
dude, we did this part 2 back in September.
Oh, damn.
September 17th, so October, November, December, January, February, almost a half a year ago. Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Time flies.
You're going to let's see where we're at here. Let's see what I got here. Give me 1 second here. All right, I'll get that 1 second. All right, so what year are we at right now? Roughly
77.
77. Right.
I think.
Yeah. So for me, Belte, I just told you that might be a top 3 Jethro Tull song for me, man. And that album, it fucking has
Yeah.
Hunting Girl on it. It's got fucking Jack in the Green. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hunting Girl, Velvet Green,
Man.
The
Yeah.
Whistler. The
Yeah.
fucking Whistler.
Yeah.
Every song on this album
The title track.
blows my fucking ball sack open. I love this album, man.
Yeah.
When I die, I want this album to be in my casket. I just love it. Beltane, amazing. You got Old Aces Die Hard, long song, like 8 minutes almost. Kind of mellow, but it's a monster, man. Really a fucking killer track. That's a great one. Working John, Working Joe, great track. Love this one. Weirdly, I thought this was on A. It came out on A, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is a more synthy version on A because that's when the synths start to creep in heavily on the work. When A was supposed to be Ian's solo album, and the record label kind of forced him to put the Tull name to it to sell more albums. So, okay, so we are at Heavy Horses, which this is either number 1 or it's songs. So I'm gonna, while you're talking about these songs, I'm gonna double check what you and I both have here.
Okay. Yeah. Quite a bit of bonus stuff on this one. Again, I'm not sure exactly what was on which version, but get Living in These Hard Times, which is, I mean, fits right in with the album. Maybe not quite as strong as the songs that were on the original album, but really folky, memorable. Broadford Bazaar, it was a real grower for me. I wasn't crazy about it the first couple times I heard it, but going back and listening to these over and over again, it's really great. Just fantastic melodies all over the place. Everything in Our Lives, I could say the same things about it as well. Just fantastic. Maybe again, like this is one of those albums for me where the Heavy Horses album is so strong as what it ended up being, that a lot of these tracks are almost there, but they're not quite. There's nothing I would take off the album to replace with any of these songs. But if you love this era of Tull, these are all absolutely worth hearing. Jacqueline, you get an early version of Jacqueline. Man, this, I remember you saying, maybe it was in one of the previous deep dives, that it's crazy that Jacqueline was never on an album, and I totally agree. That's like such a great song. And I would say this is my favorite version of it. Again, it's more stripped down than the later one, which is on Broadsword. You get a lot of acoustic guitar and flute, but man, the lyrics and the melodies are just so evocative. It just transports you to a different place, and you can kind of almost feel like you're where Ian was when he was writing the song. Quatrain is a really cool one as well. It's almost got a kind of Irish jig quality to it in a lot of spots. Instrumental, but yeah, really cool. Kind of a mix of almost hard rock and Irish traditional jig kind of stuff, which is really interesting. Horse Hoeing Husbandry, again, another great song. Maybe not quite as strong as the album, but just great folk rock song. Same with Botanic Man as well. And then you get Botanic Man Theme, which I believe is an orchestral thing. It's pretty short, 2.5 minutes. But yeah, a lot of great stuff on here. Like I said, most of it not quite up to par with the album, but still great.
Yeah, I'm trying to find our top 20 and how we ranked them, and I can't find it. I'm flipping all over through the thing. I can't do it.
I'll see if I can find it while you're talking.
Yeah, I can't find it on my phone. I'm like tripping out. So all right, so we are at Heavy Horses, which is either my favorite album or my second favorite. It's either this or Songs from the Wood. I can't remember. We're gonna check that, but yeah. So we got Living in These Hard Times. Living in Hard Times, my friend. Love this song, man. Love it, love it, love it. Top 10, top 15, top track.
You're thinking of a different one.
What? Oh, wait.
That's Fallen on Hard Times.
Oh, Fallen on Hard Times.
Yeah, it's totally different, actually.
How's Living in Hard Times go then?
I don't know. I can't sing it off the top of my mind.
All right, I'll pull it up in a minute. Broadford Bazaar, such a beautiful, wistful track. Yeah. Ian Anderson was on to something incredible during this time period. His writing is so British, so bucolic, so gorgeous. These three albums, meaning Heavy Horses, Stormwatch, and Songs from the Wood. Perfect. So we got Everything in Our Time, which is another gem. Love the tin whistle on it. Jacqueline, oh my God. Holy Grail, a monster. And Jacqueline, so beautiful, man. Ian is just brilliant at writing those kind of songs. He's written so many of them, man. I mean, Dunrin Gill, Salamander, there's so many. Nursey, he's so good at it. Then we got we got Quatrain, another killer song with Martin Barr guitar, super cool. Kind of a hoedown, a real ripper. Tons of mandolin and ukulele on this one. I love it. Horse Hoeing Husbandry, another banger. Botanic Man, wistful and in keeping with the HH material, Heavy Horses as a whole. Botanic Man theme, A Town Inn, very, very good. Stormwatch, we're on to Stormwatch. All the bonus material on Heavy Horses, super fucking cool. Eric's cheating like I do. He's getting that melody.
For me,
or I was just trying to find the ranking. I got our lower ones are starting at like 302.30 in the second stream.
But did we do the full band, or we just do the second albums?
No, we did the whole thing.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, in the second episode.
Okay, so Patrick wasn't involved in the first episode of doing the whole catalog. Okay, all right, that's where I was confused.
So it's like 302.30, maybe 303. Like 3 hours and 3 minutes, if you want to check it.
All right, so
Stormwatch.
Stormwatch here.
There's some great stuff in here too. A Stitch in Time is it's not amazing.
No, it's kind of poppy.
It is really poppy. Maybe a little bit too poppy. For me anyway, but
yeah,
it's still a catchy song, but it's kind of, the melody is a little basic for me, a little bit dumbed down. Crossword though is a cool one. Kelpie, man, Kelpie is a total ripper. So good. The stops in the chorus with the snare drum work and stuff that comes in, and the lead guitar part in the chorus is just awesome. You get another version of Broadford Bazaar on here. King Henry's Madrigal, I think, has a lot of instrumental parts. It's not totally instrumental, but there's not a lot for lyrics, if I'm remembering correctly. I should have listened to some of these again today, to be honest. But Urban Apocalypse is a great track, hard rock, fantastic song. Man of God as well has a really cool riff. It's pretty slow paced, but yeah, great riff. I will say the chorus gets pretty repetitive. He basically says, "I'm a man of God," like 8 times in a row. So it gets a little repetitive for me, but still a pretty solid song. Overall, a lot of great stuff here.
Okay. Here we go. Stand Up is 7 for me. You Were Thick as a Brick. Number 6 for me is Stormwatch. Your Benefit. 5 for me is Benefit. You have Stand Up. 4 is Minstrel for me. You got Heavy Horses. I got 3 Heavy Horses. That shocks me. You got Songs. 2 for me is Aqualung. Okay.
Yeah.
You got Minstrel at 2. Number 1 is Songs from the Wood. Not shocking.
For both of us?
You got Aqualung.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you know what? That could change at the
Yeah.
time.
I think I would do it differently now, honestly.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
yeah.
All right, so we're on to I got to do
Stormwatch.
Yeah, Stormwatch. So let's see. Stitch in Time, up tempo rocker, good song, but kind of not conspicuous in any way. Crossword, really love that song, man. Cool riffs on it.
Yeah.
Great riffs by Martin Barr. Kelpie, Smoking Jig, Hoedown. Again, a huge favorite of mine. I love these songs and he does these, man. And so it kind of brings in all the Irish, Celtic, British, hoedown, jig stuff, man. It's just great. Broadford Bazaar. Not sure how this is different from the HH version. I'm just not sure.
It's pretty similar.
Okay. King Henry, man, dude, I love this song. It's so proggy, great riffs, amazing keys, very Renaissance sounding. One of my favorite Tull tracks, King Henry the Magical. I love it. Or King Henry Magical. Urban Apocalypse, a very heavy track, up tempo, lots of killer Tull-like riffs, heavy prog all throughout. The ending of the track is super killer. Killer musicianship at the end there, man. They're tearing up. Like that might be the most metal they sound in terms of doing all kind of like crazy riffery and fast prog. And
stuff. I would say Stormwatch in general is one of their probably heaviest albums guitar-wise.
Man of God is great, but it's 6 minutes long, and he just constantly regurgitates.
I'm a man of God. Yeah,
and it gets kind of boring, man. That's kind of
a little bit.
Too
it's
long.
Still good.
3 minutes. It would have been great. 3.5 minutes would have been perfect, but too long. All right, so where are we at? A. All right, A. Oh, we already did this. I forgot to do this quick. Heavy Horses. You got Stephen Wilson remix, the associated recordings on the first one. You have CD2, which is live in concert in Bern, May of '78. Bernay, I guess. And then you've got CD3 is part 2 of that set. DVD 1 is all the 5.1 shit, and you can go check that out. I'm not reading too much on Stormwatch. We just did has the original mix, then it's also got the associated recordings, stereo remix by Wilson, live in Den Haag, and the associated stuff on DVD. That one. So that was. What's the one that wasn't done by Wilson? It was done by. Is it A? No, that's Steve Wilson too. One of these was done by Jocko Jaksic. I think we're going back.
The live stuff on this one.
Is that what it was? Okay, the
live stuff, yeah. On CD2 and CD3.
Yeah. So A was supposed to be a Ian Anderson solo project. It became kind of a Tull thing. Eddie Jobson last time he was on there. Great album. A lot of people shit on this album. I love this album, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's go ahead and talk about that one. A, bonus tracks.
Again, you don't have a whole lot here as far as exclusive stuff goes. You got Slipstream Introduction, which is kind of an orchestral thing, and then you get kind of these little snippets of a lot of their different famous albums or like songs coming in, phasing in and out.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to listen to. I mean, it was made to go with a video, right? So you're supposed to be watching the video as you hear it, right? Because it goes with the Slipstream video.
Yeah.
Which you also get on here. The Slipstream video is pretty cool, I will say. It's mostly live stuff with a mix of some other footage and stuff, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You get an early version of Cheerio, which is instrumental. The one on Broadsword is just the album closer. It's less than a minute, and
Okay.
it's synths and Ian singing. Here you get mostly, I think it's guitar and flute.
Yeah. It's
Again,
it's only like 42 seconds.
Yeah, 40 seconds long, so not a whole lot to talk about, but it's still cool. And then you get Koruisk. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but
Yeah,
man,
Korowisk. What a song.
it's absolutely killer.
It's
Totally instrumental.
It's Tull covering Tull is what it is. It's Tull covering Tull. Because it's so Tull like, and you're like, yeah, they're jamming, man. They're just fucking jamming on a Tull song, right? Yeah.
And it's got some of everything. It's got the folkier stuff. It's got a lot of flute. It's got some really heavy technical stuff in there too. I would say it's
a lot of great Martin Barr guitar playing. Like,
yes,
he doesn't get mentioned with like a lot of the great 70s players.
No,
but he was always so tasteful because he wasn't really like overplaying a lot. But when he would play, man, he could fucking rip.
Yeah, he wasn't a shredder just trying to show off all the time. But
just very tasteful, very good riffs, very good solos.
He's easily in my top 5 guitarists of the 70s, I would say. I mean, and I know he didn't write all the songs, but I doubt Ian came up with a lot of the riffs.
I agree. I agree. Martin probably got the chords and stuff and went, hey, I got this cool that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Although I will say, we were talking about Ian a little bit earlier. Ian is a completely underrated guitarist himself on the acoustic side of things. Crazy.
Oh my God, he's fucking insanely good. People just have no idea. No idea. That dude is a fucking monster on the guitar. Love it.
Yeah. Koruisk, though, great probably song. My favorite Tull instrumental, I would say.
Yeah, it's more than worthy of being on here. More than worthy.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple songs on here when you get into stuff like, let's see, Uniform, Batteries Not Included, Protect and Survive. There's some songs on there that just kind of suck, let's be honest. There's great songs like Crossfire, Flying Down Flyer, Working John, Working Joe, Black Sunday.
Yeah.
But then you get Pine Martin's Jig is good, but there's half that album is fucking blows. Half of it's great. Half of it blows.
I actually like most of it, but
I do like it, but it's very of its time.
Yeah.
Very 80s. So, yeah, man, I'm with you. Cheerio, not much to talk about. Koruisk, crazy good. Slipstream intro. Cool ambient 80s synth intro. There's a lot of 80s synth. Sounds really spacey and ambient and floaty and cool. Yeah. All right, we are at
the Beast, the monster.
Beast, man. And you know what's funny? I forgot to show this in my last couple of the collection updates. I was over with the stuff and I just forgot. This is the granddaddy, man. This thing has 8 fucking discs in it. 8. Yes, you heard me right. 8. When it came out, it was $80. $90. 80, 90, somewhere in that range. I kept telling Eric, nah, don't grade it now, man. Wait for a while. Did you get this one?
Not yet.
All right. So now you can get it for about $50. I don't think you're going to get much cheaper than that. That's probably it. So what you get on here, which is nuts, is you got the original Steve Wilson remix, the associated recording Steve Wilson remixes, 4 and 5 live in Germany in 1982, Steve Wilson stereo remix. You get a second disc of associated recordings that are all early 81 sessions, and there's tons of stuff on here. Further associated recordings, there's 21 tracks on there. Demo recordings, there are 10. Original 81 master mixes, there are 5. Early 82 rough mixes, there are 3. And 1 original 82 radio advert. And then you get the 3 DVDs. One is Live in Germany in 82, remixed to 9624. DVD 2 is Associated Recordings, remixed to 9624. And the original Broadsword and the Beast in 5.1. And a flat transfer of the original 82 mix. Man, my ears are so fucked, I doubt I'd know the difference, but just being honest. But, and, you know, ADHD, I'd be like, well, it sounds the same to me. But, man, you get your money's worth on this thing. And to me, this is the last great Tull album. I think we talked about that. It's the last
Yeah.
album that I feel deserved this treatment. Everything after this, I do like Crest of a Knave, but I could live without it. I like Roots to Branches, but half of it I could do without. Crest of a Knave, half of it I could do without. The great songs like Farm on the Freeway, and what's the one we're talking about later that you added? Damn it.
Oh, Part of the Machine.
Part of the Machine. Amazing songs. But there's just as many songs that are kind of like Steel Monkeys, like super pop, super trying to get on MTV, which it did. And they're just, I own all those albums in single CDs. If they put these out of those, I doubt I'm going to buy them.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt they're going to put them out.
Unless I got them for like 15 or 20 bucks. There's no way. You know what I mean? I'll never listen to them, so why bother?
I doubt they're going to put them out because from what I can tell, there's not a lot of extra stuff either. Because, I mean, you get into that zone too where the albums are over an hour long too. It's not like they were leaving a lot on the cutting room floor.
And they cost a lot more to do in the mid to late 80s. Like the price of studio time is going crazy. So, yeah, I'd be really shocked if. What's the next album after that? Under Wraps, right?
Yeah. Yeah, do you think we'll see a 5.1 stereo or Steven Wilson remix of that?
I can't see Steven doing that. I can see Steven going, Ian, what are you thinking? Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, I could see him doing that. I mean, if you want to pay me lots of money, Ian, okay, I'll do it, but I'm not going to enjoy it. That kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
That album fucking sucks. I think I gave it like a 2. It's terrible. And really after that, Catfish Rising, Rock Island.
Yeah.
Good, you know, a handful of good songs, a lot of shit.
I would say if you take the stuff after Broadsword, which I would agree with you, this is the last great Tull album. I just picked this up. I had to.
Oh, nice.
I love the artwork too.
Worth having for that.
So good.
So
yeah.
Cool. I gotta get a shirt.
And the album too. I mean, it's way more synth driven than any of their previous ones.
Yep.
It sounds like 1982, but man, it was a real grower for me. I mean, I never listened to it. I listened to it once, I think, before we started preparing for our last Tull episode. Right. But since then, I've listened, like in the last few weeks, I've listened to it a few more times. Man, it's great. But yeah, after that, I would say you take all the best songs from the rest of the albums and you have 1 or 1.5, you maybe have a double album's worth of really good stuff.
Yep.
Because there's some hits, but there's some definite misses as well. But anyway, let's get into
I'm definitely gonna get this.
Oh yeah, nice.
I gotta have one of those, man. I mean, it's criminal I don't own a Jethro Tull shirt. Okay, so did we get into these tracks? We didn't, but
no, not yet.
Let's get into them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. Let's, because we're nearing the end. We've got Nightcap and we've got a little bit on the 20th anniversary, so we can wrap this roughly about 2.5. We'll be close somewhere there.
Yeah,
we'll bounce back and forth. Let's start.
Sure, track by track and then bounce.
Yeah, dude,
okay.
Dude, Jacqueline, holy fuck. Holy fuck, that song rules harder than you could ever rule. I love this song. It's a top 3 Jethro Tull song for me.
Yeah, I love it. I would say I love the Heavy Horses era version the best.
Yeah, I do too. I agree. Yep.
Even you get 2 versions of it on the Broadsword box set. You get the band version and the acoustic version. The band version, to me, it's more than the song needed. It's kind of just overkill to have the whole band come in for this one. I think it works best as an acoustic track, to be honest.
I agree with you, but I do like the full band version pretty well. I don't.
It's cool.
It's cool. The way they accentuate everything, does it add to the track? Probably not, but like the basic acoustic track. But is it great? Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean,
of course it's great.
You know, I think all those songs like Nursey, Kelpie, Salamander, Jacqueline, Dunrin Gill, when Ian just does those solo with the acoustic, unbeatable. They're just unbeatable tracks. But this one's pretty fucking good, man. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's good.
I think the only thing is it suffers in comparison to the other one. If the original acoustic version didn't exist, I would be praising the hell out of this probably. But I will say the acoustic version that you get on the Broadsword set feels pretty basic compared to the acoustic Heavy Horses version.
I agree.
I think it's nowhere near as good personally. But
yep, I can't disagree.
Roland's entry is kind of a synth kind of thing that's kind of setting up a mood for something. I'm not sure what. Got anything on that one?
Roland's entry, yes. Synth coolness sounds like an interlude or an intro using new tech from the 80s. It's a different sound because of the synth sounds they're using. They're not the old synth sounds of the 70s, late 70s. They're getting into new tech. It's cool. Is it something you have to hear over and over? No.
Yeah, no. Lights Out. Okay, one thing I should say right off the bat here, a lot of these tracks on the Broadsword thing, I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing for me because to me it sounds like they're kind of starting to get into that zone where they're, I hate to say it, but focusing more on quantity than quality. Like, there are some great tracks on here, but there's a lot that I am not crazy about as well.
Well, here's the thing.
You get 23 of them that didn't make the album.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is when they start kind of dabbling in the Dire Straits sound that was popular at that point. That, you know, the Money for Nothing, that sound was really breaking huge right around 83. I mean, that was a massive hit. This is 82. They're already, Martin Barr's starting to fuck around with that sound. And, you know, to be honest with you, man, I only want to hear Martin Knopfler do that sound. I really don't want to hear anybody else do it.
Right.
It's just, he's the only guy that does it and does it justice, right? You know, so I don't want to hear Martin Barr do that. I want to hear Martin Barr do Aqualung, and I want to hear him do the fucking Jethro Tull sound. And he starts doing it. As much as I like Crest of a Knave and think it's probably the best, the only other really worthwhile album worth owning after 82. Sorry, Ian, if you watch this. Sorry, man. I'm just being honest.
Roots is close.
What's that?
Roots to Branches is close.
I like Roots a lot too. It's dark. It's pretty mystical. It's not bad. I like Ian's solo stuff like Secret Language of Birds. Great album. Fantastic album. I just don't like a lot of Tull after this. Catfish Rising has Kissing Willie. Great song. We all know it's about sucking dick. Okay, big deal. And I'm all for sucking dick. Not me, but anyone else that wants to do it, I'm all for you doing it. The song's kind of, you know, it's okay. The rest of that album, so was Seal Driver on that?
Seal Driver is on
Stormwatch.
No, that's on Broadsword.
It's on Broadsword. Great fucking tune, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just all the stuff post this album is just very mediocre. It has every album has 3 or 4 great songs and a lot of fucking garbage that you're just like, it goes by and you don't remember anything. And you go back and listen to it again and you don't remember anything. And that's the problem with what happened with Tull after this album. This album gets in your head and you remember 8 to 10 tracks, right?
Right. But like you were saying, they're starting to get into that zone. And I would say from this session, you get 23 songs.
Yes.
Extra songs that didn't make the cut. And I don't
3 or 4 are good enough. That's it.
Yeah. There aren't very many that I would put on the album in place of something that was on it.
But it's bold of Ian to say, hey, this is all the shit we were working with.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah,
some
it's
of
cool.
it's not good. I'm sure he probably says that in the liner notes. I haven't read it, of course. But I bet he says some of this stuff is really mediocre stuff. So rolling that we're at lights out. When that did to me, lights out is when Jethro Tull morphs into Dire Straits. It's just an okay track. Yeah. The Curse, disco beats, 80s radio vibe. Strong on this one. How about you?
Yeah. Musically it's decent. It's okay. The lyrics are weird. The lyrics are weird as hell though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen to them, but we get two versions of it as well.
Yeah, Curse 2, you get about the same guitar and synth. Or I'm sorry, about the same except for guitar and synths. Oh shit. You're back. Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Right there. Yeah, the synths and guitar are a little different on version 2. It's not great. It's 80s radio sound. Nice bar solo in that one though. That's the only difference in solo second thing. Too Many 2. Okay. That's very in keeping with the sound of Broadsword and the Beast. I kind of like this one. I think it's probably the best of the alternate tracks. Too Many 2.
I would say it's not quite one of my favorites. It's probably in the top 5 or 6 of this set though. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's definitely better than the last couple.
It's probably my second favorite. There's one track coming down here that I fucking love. One song that should have been on the album. We'll see if we have the same thoughts on that one. Too many. I'm sorry, falafel. Calafel. It came out as falafel when I typed it. Calafel. That's actually a really cool song.
It is.
Really cool song. Super proggy, very Dire Straitsy, but it's not my favorite song of these bonus tracks. Maybe
it's an instrumental, I think, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I really like that one.
I'm Your Gun. It's a rocker. It's okay. It's okay.
That one was a definite grower for me. The first time I heard it, it was not great, and it's got a weird key change in the chorus that really catches you off guard at first. But after listening to it like 4 times or so, 4 or 5 times, I actually really like it now.
Yeah, it's one of the better tracks of these 23 bonus things. It's in the top 5, I would say.
Yeah.
We are at No Step. Kind of an interesting down-tempo oddity. Cool lyrics, atmospheric, but the sounds of walking steps. You hear these steps throughout it, like someone walking around. That is annoying as fuck. So it would have been a higher track for me, but that annoyed me a lot. How about you?
It's decent. It's not bad, but it's kind of starting to remind me of some of the Catfish kind of era Rock Island stuff. It's kind of not super memorable, but it's fine while you're listening to it.
End of Your Road. Cool rocker, reminiscent of this period's material. Has a catchy chorus, gnarly kind of vibe to it. Ian Anderson, really intense vocals. Not a bad track.
Yeah, same for me. Basically.
All right, here we are. My favorite track, Mayhem Maybe. How about you?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it is.
You motherfucker, you.
Well, sorry. I would put it probably top 5 or 6 on here. It's pretty good.
Man. This is just a hoedown, man. It's a Heavy Horses track. Love this song. Huge favorite in their catalog. I think it's better than almost any track on the album other than maybe Broadsword and Beastie, which are the 2 hits. But I love this song and don't understand why it wasn't on the album. It doesn't make any sense.
I will say I haven't had that much time to listen to the Broadsword tracks because I didn't realize they were missing from my playlist because that box set came out last fall. So yeah,
Jimmy's at Voivod just sent me a picture.
Oh man,
Voivod's playing right now. They're not playing around here, goddammit, so I'm not gonna see them.
Yeah, damn.
I'm hoping to have, when they get back from the tour, I'm hoping to have Away and Snake on. We've been talking about it, so there you go. Yeah, I just love this song. I don't know what it is about. I love it. So how about Common Brawls?
Yeah, it's decent. It's kind of it's kind of heavy. It's got some heavy riffs and stuff, but the melodies are kind of.
It's not very memorable. Yeah. Return to Calafel. It's an acoustic kind of take on the instrumental take. It's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's only 42 seconds.
Yeah, Jack Frost and the Hooded Crow. That one's up there too. That's top 3 right there. Yeah, and it's another Christmas song, more or less, right? And man, super memorable chorus. Jack Frost and the oh shit, hold on. Too much weight on that. I had all my box sets sitting on this thing in front of me and it gave out. Oops, all right.
Oh.
Everything started to fall.
The wine wasn't on there though, I hope.
No, wine's safe.
Okay.
You got lucky.
Good.
You got lucky. I had a guitar pick in my mouth. Yeah, Jack Frost, dude. What a killer track. He loves to write these British up-tempo tracks. Jack Frost and the Hooded Crow. Just so good, man. Such an awesome song. Lyrics are great. Ian's a great storyteller, not 99% of the time. Love that song, top 3. The Swirling Pit. Sorry, go ahead. Just
real quick on Jack Frost. I love it's kind of a one thing Tull excelled at in the up to this period, up to this point, is having those kind of post choruses. With this song you get Jack Frost and the Hooded Crow, and then that melody comes in down do on the flute and stuff. Just right after the chorus is where the hook is.
Yes.
The melodic hook with the flute and the guitar, and it's
brilliant.
Just fantastic.
Fucking brilliant. Just shows what an incredible composer Ian Anderson. One of the very best, man. I know he's pretty cool, but he's also a little aloof. He'd be a guy that I'd be a little scared to interview. I think I'd feel like I was stupid with him, and I don't generally feel that way. So, I generally pull in people that have these. Ian would be all business. I don't think he'd be like, let's tangentially get into this album from the 70s. You know what I mean? He's just not that guy. He's like, let's get it done. Let's do what we got to do. I might get him in, but it's going to be one of those 25-minute things. It's not going to be an hour-long thing. So I'm also working on. Should I say it out loud? Alex Lifeson. I'm working on it. We'll see. I got an alleyway there, so I'm working on it. Because he has the new amplifier. He has the new amplifiers. He's got the new Bi-Tour pedal and all that shit, which I got to get one of those fuckers. I got to own one. Anyway, so back to this. So where are we at?
Swirling Pit. Swirling Pit.
Yeah.
I forgot to write it down. I should have written it down.
I'll give you a hint. It's very Irish jiggy feeling in the second half, but in the first half, it's very Dire Straits and very jazzy, with almost like a funk groove to it. And the mando, there's a lot of mandolin in it. Really good track, man. Really good track. That's in the upper realms too.
Interesting, yeah. The first half, especially.
The first half it doesn't. It's weird. It is
weird.
In the way. What are they doing here? And then boom, they hit you with the Irish jig. I
don't know if you know Ween at all, but
not really. I know the band name. But
the first half reminds me of Ween almost from their Mollusk album. Just I don't know the weird stuff that they would do, but
it reminded me of a weird Dire Straits thing. So.
Yeah.
All right, how about Inverness Sleeper? Nice mandolin acoustic track. Very rustic, very dull.
It's decent. Yep. It's fine. Not amazing.
Rhythm in Gold. Cool, spooky, kind of stuttering. Reminds me of Roots to Branches track. It has a very Roots to Branches darkness. Yeah.
I can hear that, yeah.
Overhang. All right, I gotta be honest with you. I was wrong. What the fuck? I said the best song on here is Mayhem, maybe. It's Overhang.
I think so too.
Dude, that fucking song kicks my fucking ball sack in. That is one of the greatest Tull songs ever. It's so good.
Yeah.
That's number one. That's number one. Mayhem, maybe second. Yeah.
I made a playlist kind of for myself of the kind of the best of all these rarities. And that was the first one that I added from the broadsword stuff. I went through and that was the first one that really grabbed me.
Listen, at the end, when we're wrapping up, when we're ready to go, remind me. I'm gonna play that song, and I'm gonna get dinged. I'm gonna get a copyright strike, and I'm gonna get demonetized. But people have to hear that song. Might be a top 5 fucking song all time. It's so good, so good.
I think
right.
we also missed Crew Nights, but
Did we? Well,
yeah,
I had that. I have that down with the nightcap stuff.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll get to the nightcap stuff. Where are we at? Rhythm. Jacqueline long heavy version with a full band.
Yeah.
Since heavy guitars love it, but prefer the bare bones acoustic version. We talked about that. All right, Motorized. Go ahead.
It's kind of one of those ones that's for me decent, but doesn't really stick with me. I don't know. I don't have a ton to say about it.
Okay, yeah, it's a good song. Upbeat, heavy radio, earworm track. Pretty solid outtake from this era. Here's another one, man. Me Dinosaur. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a surprise. It's kind of a stringy, synthy sort of intro thing, and ripping guitar on this track by Martin Barr. Just killer guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe some of his best guitar ever in Tull on this track.
Yeah, it's really heavy, dissonant almost in spots.
Those filler rips, man, are nasty, man. Killer track. That's a top 5 in this thing. Now I'm at probably 7 or 8 tracks there. Great song, Honest Girl, down tempo, mellow ballad, but it's fairly cool. Not a bad song, but it's about 3 minutes too long. It just goes on and on. Yeah.
Yeah, when it just says "Honest Girl" over and over and over and over again at the end.
Like that one that I said earlier. Which one was it? Not Wondering Aloud. What's it called?
Man of God.
Man of God. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah. DJ Dream. Actually, a pretty cool track. Kind of funky, up tempo, disco beat on that one, and then Beastie Band. It's all them doing Beastie, doing the shouts for Beastie. Yeah, which is kind of cool. Anything on those last 2?
Not a whole lot. Basically, what you said. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the box sets. I did not pull the actual box set for this. This is one of the box itself with the insert and everything. I have it somewhere, but it's 3 I bought this. God, man, this came out in '88. I probably bought it 89, 88, 87. No, 92 or 93. It was one of the very first, if not the first box set I bought. 3 CDs. We don't really need to go into a lot of it because most of it's on other albums.
Yeah, we already covered most of it.
Yeah, but is it worth having? If you're a Tull completist, yes. It's cool to have the big box, the 12-inch, box with the thing that slots in and the big booklet. Is it necessary? No. Can you find it cheap? I think so. I think you can find it for less than $20 most places. In that case, it might be worth having just as a completist. Do I need this? No, but I had this back when I didn't have a lot of individual albums, and this is what I had. So what are you looking up? Value?
Yeah, I'm just seeing what it's going for.
While you're doing that, I'll also bring this up, which God knows why I own this. This is the Jethro Tull Best of Anniversary series. So it's probably the 20th anniversary, I'm guessing. This came out in '93. So what do we have? 66. What would this be? 25th? 93 would be 25th, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has nothing that you need. It's on everything else. There's nothing specific to this. I just had it because way back when I didn't own all these other things. So now I do. This one we were going to quick mention, which is, and we'll get to Nightcap in a sec. Oh, we got to do, never mind. We got to do the tracks from the 20th anniversary set. So
there's
what we have there is Coronash. Yeah. What a song, man.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Absolutely gorgeous, man. Very Celtic, very British, very orchestrated, very flute, but beautiful, man. Beautiful. How about Blues Instrumental? With a title like that, it's got to be great, right? It's awesome. It's killer.
It is.
Honestly, it's one of their best instrumental, and Martin Barr is fucking smoking on it.
Yeah. I honestly, yeah, I didn't expect a whole lot from the title. I thought blues instrumental. I mean, it sounds like it's just going to be a blues song, but no, it's a ripper.
It's great, and there's great melodies on it. Really cool guitar solo stuff by Martin Barr. Really cool. Is it worth buying the whole set for that one song? No, but you know, you got stuff. Let's just go through those tracks real quick. So you got, all right, on disc 1. On disc 1, you've got Song for Jeffrey, Love Story, Fat Man, Marie, Stormy Monday Blues, all those tracks we just talked about. A New Day, I'd have been a new day yesterday. Cold Wind of Valhalla, Minstrel in the Gallery, Minstrel in the Gallery, Velvet Green, Grace. I don't know about Grace. That's off of Minstrel.
Yeah, that's the last song. It's like 50 seconds or something.
30 seconds.
After Baker Street Muse.
Yep. Jack Frost and the Hooded Crow, I'm Your Gun. We just talked about all those. You got Down at the End of Your Road, Cronos, which is the only one that's on here. Summer Day Sands, Too Many Two, March the Mad Scientist, Pan Dance, Strip Cartoons, King Henry Magical, Stitch in Time, 17, One for John G, Aeroplane Sunshine. Then you got on disc 2.
Oh, you do have Aeroplane on there. Okay.
Yeah, you do on this one. Yeah.
Cool.
Which is where it was before it went on the This Was set.
It's not even on This Was, I don't think.
Yeah, it's on This Was now, the extended.
No.
The full bit, the full one, the 40th anniversary one. It's not on the remaster or the first disc. Then you got Lick Your Fingers Clean, the Chateau Disaster Tapes, which includes 11 minutes, which is scenario audition, no rehearsal. Then you got Beltane, Crossword, Saturation, Jacqueline, Motorized, Blues Instrumental on here, which we just talked about. Rhythm and Gold, which we'll talk about in a minute. Part of the Machine, talk about soon. Mayhem, maybe. Overhang, we talked about. Kelpie, we talked about. Living in Hard Times, talked about. Under Wraps, which is the next album, which we haven't got to, which is probably the only song on that album that's worth listening to. Only Solitaire. Salamander, I like that song a lot. Moth, that's a good one actually too. Moth is on
Heavy Horses.
Heavy Horses, right. And you got Nursey, which is the bonus track. So, and last one you've got Witch's Promise, we already talked about. Bungle in the Jungle, Bungle in the Jungle. That's off of
War
Child, right?
Yeah.
Farm on the Freeway, off of Crust of Knave, probably the best song on the album. Thick as a Brick, off of Thick as a Brick. Sweet Dream, off of Living in the Past. The Clasp. Oh, God, that song's great. Where's The Clasp on?
I think that was on Broadsword.
Broadsword.
No, I guess we missed that somehow.
Well, no, it's on the main album.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Yep.
P-Rock. I believe that's on Songs.
Which one?
P-Rock.
Oh, yeah.
That's on
Great
Songs. You've got Black Satin Dancer, Instrumental, Minstrel. Falling on Hard Times, we talked about. That's a Cheap Day Return. Oh, where's that?
Aqualung. That's just a little short thing.
Yep. And then you got Wandering Aloud, Aqualung. You got Dunring Gill off of Stormwatch, one of maybe my all-time favorite Tull track.
Yeah.
Life's a Long Song, we talked about that. One White Duck, 0 to 10, that's all Minstrel. Nothing at all, Minstrel. Songs from the Wood, you got Songs from the Wood. Living in the Past, off Living in the Past. Teacher, Everywhere on Benefit, Living in the Past. Aqualung off Aqualung. Locomotive Breath off of.
That was Crust of a Knave, right?
No, not Locomotive Breath.
I'm fucking with you.
What's that off?
That's Aqualung.
Aqualung, okay, yeah. Down. Oh, I love that song. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that set. Everywhere you can find almost everything except for Blues Instrumental and Cronos. So there you go. What else?
That's a pretty cool set, to be completely honest.
Is. Like it's very encompassing.
Yeah. There's no one that's going to be watching this that doesn't know Tull already. But if you don't, that's a great place to start on.
Yeah, and it's a cheap set. You can find it. They mass produce it, so you can find it.
I just looked it up. There's a copy for $5 in the States. Shipping can fluctuate, but yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it have the book in the box? Book in the box?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you better check that because sometimes it's just the discs, and
I don't think I'll pick it up
You
necessarily.
may not need it because you're gonna have all the.
I got everything but 2
40s,
songs,
yeah.
basically. So.
And you got Living in Past. So, all right.
Oh,
So
well, I should say that I just looked at it. No box, and it's only the first CD.
There you go. Yeah. I think if
Anyway,
you find it's going to be about 20 for a full set. I just bought the Beach Boys 5-disc set for $16.
Damn.
And it was worth it because I got
Nice.
all the shit I need for the Beach Boys plus the 2 box sets I have. So. All right.
Nightcap.
Yeah, Nightcap. Hold on one second. Did we talk about Part of the Machine? That's Crest and Knave.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we had that on there. Oh, because it was in the 20th box set as a bonus track. Yeah. That song, probably my fave other than Farm on the Freeway on Crest. Great song. Great song. And yeah, Nightcap. This is the last one. So I picked this up in August, I think, and it's a great set. Kind of not easy to find. Cheap. I think I got it for like $12. And most of the other ones were going like 30, 40 because it's out of print. This came out in 1993, and it's got an assortment of tracks that were not released, outtakes. Let's dive into those. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, so, I mean, it starts with the Chateau Disaster tapes, right? The first disc, I think.
Yes.
Which is cool to have.
Wait. No, you're right. It's Animally, Tiger Tune, Look at the Animals, Law of the Bungle 2, Left Right Solitaire. Yeah, it is. It's the unreleased Chateau Disaster. Now you can get them on here. You can get part of it on the 20th anniversary, and you get the full Monty and 5.1 on the reissue if you can find it. If you can find it.
Or the LP. The just straight Chateau.
Well, that's
LP,
right. Okay, Ben, talk about that real quick.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have it. I think it's a Steven Wilson remix.
It is.
Is it? Yeah.
Yep.
They just put it out, I think, late last year. Pete Pardo did a review of it a week or two ago. Yeah, it sounds cool. You get a couple. I think it's the Chateau tapes plus maybe a couple of other tracks as well. I don't know. I didn't really look that up, but sounds cool.
Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Jethro Tull announced the Chateau de Oroville Sessions remix by Steve Wilson. They're being released on March 15th, coming up 2 weeks from now. Prior to the release of A Passion Play in 73, Tull recorded 3 sides of a double album at Chateau de Oroville studio near Paris. Things did not go well. The project was aborted. Summer of 72, the band were riding high on the crest of popularity wave. They sold out huge arenas on the back of the critically acclaimed chart-topping 5th album, Thick as a Brick. They went into the renowned studio where the likes of David Bowie, Elton John, Pink Floyd, Cat Stevens had previously recorded. Band quickly nicknamed it Chateau Disaster after a series of equipment failures, bed bugs, and food poisoning. After a meeting where the decision was made to return to the UK, they recorded a treasure trove of quirky material on master tapes, which were ferried back to continue work on London, only to decide to start over with a whole new album project, which was to become A Passion Play released in 73. And so I'm almost done. And so the Chateau tapes became the great lost album of Tull mythology until 20 years later, when Anderson reworked and completed most of the original material to release on the Nightcap album as Chateau Disaster tapes. Then in 2013, they received another makeover by Steve Wilson for inclusion on A Passion Play, an extended performance book set. Now, for the first time, these recordings will be available on vinyl. The Chateau de Oroville Sessions will be released as a 2 LP set. About the album, Ian Anderson says there's some good things going on there, and I really quite like the songs, which had lyrics, lots of theatrical references. As such, the bomb in the dressing room. I was just trying to create this idea of the world of theater somehow, mirroring the real life outside in the streets and society. So it's 3 master tape reels recorded in Dayreville, each representing one side of the intended double album. So you got side 1 from September 10th, 72. You got side 2, September 15th, 72. Then you got side 3, September 25th, 72. There you go. And side 4 is an 88 mix of various tunes and 174 remix and a Story of the Hair from 73 and Skating Away on Thin Ice from 74. A lot of shit in there, man.
Yeah,
you know,
sounds like a cool set.
I kind of doubt I'll grab it, but then again, you never know with me. I might be like, hey, there's one. I got a good deal. I'm gonna grab it. That kind of thing.
Yeah,
So.
I believe. Nightcap was the first place the entire Chateau tapes were released.
Yep.
And I think Ian went in and overdubbed some flute onto them at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, so
and which is removed for that LP version. It's
LP
just
version,
the straight up original tapes.
Yeah. So Nightcap, you don't have this one. Is it worth grabbing? Most of these tracks are elsewhere, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 9 tracks that were not anywhere else.
I think there's 7 now.
7?
that the broadsword set is out, because some of them got put on there as well.
Which one got put on there? I'm trying to see.
I think it was Crew Nights and Drive on the Young Side of Life.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Okay. So 7 tracks plus the 2 that were on the thing that we didn't talk about. Let's talk about those quick. We got Crew Nights has a really weird, almost stadium rock sound. Sounds like what do I got here? Sounds like a Night Ranger song. Like a popular Kansas song or a Night Ranger song. It's good. I like it. Sounds like it came from Catfish era, which most of the stuff came from either Catfish, Rock Island, Crest of a Knave, that era of albums. So it does have that sound. What do you got on Crew Nights?
It's decent. I don't know. Honestly, the rest of these tracks on here don't
do much.
Don't do a whole lot for me, to be completely honest.
I got 1 or 2 that I'll point out. So Crew Nights is that stadium song. It's kind of, forgettable. Drive on the Young Side of Life, it's all right. Man of Principle, pretty killer. I like that song, man. Really, really good. It would have fit on Broadsword really well. Hardliner, that song is a killer track. That's the best track of all these. Again, would have had that on the album, an album. Very 70s feeling, early 80s. Killer track. Love the guitar, the harmonica. Again, probably was a Catfish Rising or Rock Island song. Piece of Cake, pretty nice rocker. Probably Rock Island Catfish again. It's got that vibe. I do like Silver River Running. That's a great song. Very broadswordy. Rose on the Freeway. Ian goes nuts on the flute. He's doing the blah, 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 where he's talking into the flute when he does that. And I like that, man. He's really viscerally into it. Probably a Catfish song because all that stuff kind of sounds the same. And then a Truck Stop, or I Don't Want to Be Me, mainly acoustic track, lots of tin whistle. Nice. Has that Tull feel. Truck Stop Runner, man, this is a country and Tull song. Like country and western. Ugh. Nah, no thanks. Nah, I'm good. Thanks, Ian. I'm good. How about you?
I would say Drive on the Young Side of Life is pretty decent. Silver River Turning, like you said, is pretty good. Honestly, I've only heard these tracks like twice probably. I put them on once and none of them really grabbed me. But I should give them some more listens. So, but I don't have a lot to say about them at the moment.
So this was 1982, right? Like all this stuff was recorded around that time.
These ones, most of them are late 80s, early 90s.
Right. So this box set comes out in 93. We'll look at this real quick. Not a lot to say about it because unfortunately my box set got destroyed. You can see it. It was a cigar box basically. with a flip top. Nice booklet, man. I mean, really nice booklet. All kind of Tull history in here.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff. And then on the box, on the inside, you got 4 discs. And I won't lie to you, I haven't listened to these in a long time. They just don't come off the shelf the way the other shit does. But I've read a couple cool things. So you got the remix tracks, which they basically re-recorded. How many tracks? Fuck, a lot actually. They did My Sunday Feeling, a song for Jeffrey, Living in the Past, Teacher, Sweet Dream, Cross-Eyed Mary, The Witch's Promise, Life is a Long Song, Bungle in the Jungle, Mr. on the Galley, Cold Wind to Valhalla, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die, Songs from the Wood, Heavy Horses, Black Sunday, and Broadsword. Those are all their hits. And they redid them all. I couldn't tell you what that sounds like. It's been years since I've listened to it. All right, so the next thing, I'll make sure I do these right. So you got Carnegie Hall Live. And this is 1970.
Nice.
What a smoking set, man. Really good, man. They're ripping it up. They do goddamn upside down. They do Nothing Is Easy, My God. Anyways, they do With You There to Guide Me, With You There to Guide Me. Song for Jeffrey. Cry You a Song, Saucy, You're a Woman. Reasons for Waiting, We Used to Know. Guitar Solo for 1,000 Mothers. There you go.
Damn, that's a good set.
Yeah, as I recall, it's killer. Been a while. All right, then number 3 is the Beacon's Bottom. The Beacon's Bottom has My Sunday Trouble, Feeling, I'm sorry. So Much Trouble, Someday the Sun Won't Shine on You. Living in the Past, Marie, With You There to Guide Me, Thick as a Brick, Cheerio. A New Day Yesterday, Protect and Survive, which I think is off of Under Wraps. The Whistler, My God, Knock Will On. These are all re-recorded, reinterpreted songs. Some of them are cool. Some are not cool, man. They're trying to get too techy. And then the last one in that set is... Of course, I put it back here. Come on, Jeff. It is the Potpourri, The World Across and Throughout. And then on this, we've got To Be Sad Is a Mad Way to Be, Back to the Family, Passion Play Extract, Wind Up, Locomotive Breath, Land of Hope and Glory, Seal Driver, Nobody's Car, Pussy Willow, Budapest, which is actually on later. That's on Roots
Crest? That's on Crest, I think. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Budapest?
Budapest is the long one on Crest. It's like 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah.
I thought it was a long one on
No, it's on Crest.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with that. Nothing Is Easy. Kissing Willie, Still Loving You Tonight, Beggar's Farm, Passion Jig, the song for Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. So that's kind of all kind of live and whatever tracks. And then the fourth one is if I didn't talk about it, I probably did. The Beacon's Bottom. No, wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, here we go.
I think you just did the fourth one.
I just did Potpourri.
Yeah, Potpourri.
Number 2 is Carnegie. Number 1 is Remix, and last one's Beacon's Bottom.
Yeah.
All that mixed stuff. So, is this one worth having? Yeah, if you can grab it for $25-$30, absolutely. Beyond that, I don't think I would. But that's me,
Yeah.
I like to be a completist, but no, if I looked at a set like that, it was in good shape, and I looked what materials on it, let's say it was $75-$80, I'd be like, dude, man, I'll give you $30 for it. I'm not, it's too mass produced. Mass produced. So. Anyway, any thoughts on those last tracks?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. Like I said, I've only heard them like twice, I think. So I gotta go back and listen to them. They didn't do a whole lot for me.
You should. There's some good songs.
I should, yeah.
At some point, if you go down and check this out, you're gonna run into J-Dog or something. He'll be there with a big dick for whoever's coming on. He'll be like sucking their ball sack because Man, he loves to suck up. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, man. So I don't know. Did we hit everything? I think we hit 98% of it.
Apart from the stuff I missed on War Child, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's my bad. Apologies.
dude, you kicked
Just
ass. I would have just been like, you know what, man, shit can this, or let's do it live where we're pulling stuff live, which would have been entirely too wrong. God damn it. But yeah, that playlist made this whole thing workable for me. Because if I hadn't had that, dude, I wouldn't have known.
well, that's the thing is like having it digitally all in one place. I mean, like I said, I did it for myself originally because otherwise you have to pull out every single thing and figure out what's on which disc and put it in
Yeah,
your CD player and blah blah
it's a
blah.
lot of work. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
it would
work.
take 5 hours to get through the all the
Yeah, and
songs.
that's the thing. You know, if well, Kenny is trying to simplify things, you know what I mean? Why did I bring up Kenny? Where the fuck was that? Where did that come from? Holy shit! I was thinking about the fact that I'm trying to get Kenny Hickey from Type O on,
Oh, nice.
but I have
Cool.
no idea why I brought that. The wine's getting to me.
Yeah.
Man, look, you know, Jethro Tull, one of my favorite bands. They're just so
Yeah.
good.
I
Go ahead.
I was just thinking the other day, I mean, listening and re-listening to a lot of this bonus stuff, I would say if you include all this stuff, Jethro Tull might be my number one favorite band, possibly.
Yeah,
It's damn close.
they're
I
up
mean,
there for me because they just write amazing songs, great
yeah,
lyrics, great delivery from Ian, great guitar playing from Martin Barr, perfect accompaniment, Barrymore Barlow,
oh,
amazing drummer.
most underrated drummer of the
Oh,
70s.
heavy and big time. Um, their bass players kind of were interchangeable, but you know
Yeah, but they were all great.
they're all
Glenn
good. Yeah, yeah.
Cornick, John
Jeffrey Hammond,
Glasscock.
Jeffrey Hammond.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, dude, man, we got through it. Do you think we hit everything? Do we need to talk about anything more?
I I think we got it. You did link the playlist, right? In the
No, I will.
description.
I
Okay.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll
I
go
gotta
back
put
in
that.
and what's
Go
that?
ahead. Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say I gotta put that in. So remind me. Give me the email. And I gotta also shit. Oh, I gotta put parts 1 and 2
Okay.
that
Yeah.
we did. I want to link them at least in case people are like, well, okay, what are they doing? They're doing this third part. Maybe someone wants to see the first part. You know, we were a little bit more rudimentary there, but still very good.
Yeah. I'll go in within the next couple days and try to add the little bit that I missed as well. Because I mean, I want to hear those songs too. I didn't realize I missed some stuff,
Very
but
weird. Very weird.
yeah.
Very weird. All right, brother. I'm gonna end it.
Uh-oh. Am I still on here?
Yeah, sorry about that. Something
Okay.
happened. I swiped it and it wiped the whole thing out. So anyway, those people that stuck around for 2 hours 42. Hey, dude, we did it under 3.
Yeah.
That's
Not bad.
We talked about 111. Whoa, what's that? 111 tracks.
Yeah.
How nuts is that? So
I will say, if you take the cream of the crop from all this stuff, you have another like 4 or 5 albums worth of great songs,
yeah,
which is crazy.
yeah, it's nuts. Just Ian Anderson, tip of the cap, my friend. You are one amazing musician, and you know I haven't really checked out other than Rock Flot, which I thought was okay. It just didn't blow my mind. I have to give him a lot of credit for keeping the Tull name going, you know. And I wouldn't mind seeing him again. I'm not going to pay crazy money, but I wouldn't mind seeing him again. So, Erik, there you go, man. Great stream, great guest with Erik. Yeah, Erik's awesome. Erik is a cool cat. We haven't done a lot of streams lately because he's back to being you know, working and busy and not laying around all day like I do. thanks to the COVID pandemic and my medical issues. But yeah, Tim, great to
Next
see you.
weekend, though.
Yeah, we're gonna do okay. Yeah, so go ahead, pimp that for us.
Oh, I mean, you know more about it than I do, right?
We're doing the
Traditional metal.
prog metal, not prog metal, traditional metal island, which means mainly heavy metal bands, tradition that don't fucking get too histrionic or too note heavy, that kind of stuff. So we're gonna do that Sunday the 2nd. We're already where are we at right now?
We're at the 3rd. You're talking the 10th.
10th,
right?
yeah, I said we're doing the 10th. My bad. So we're already well into March. We're gonna do traditional metal island right now, as of now. It's myself, it's Eric, it's Logan, it's Nick, Marty Worm. Fuck, hold on. Johnny Mac from over in the UK. My new friend who I've known for a little while, Dutch guy. His name is Jan, but it's pronounced Ann, A-N-N-E. But it's Anna, which is Jana over there. So Jan's going to join us. Also, fuck, who's the other? Oh, Roger from Norway.
Oh, yeah.
And then on our side, we've got me, you. What did I say before?
Marty, Logan, Nick.
Logan. Who? Luke?
Nick.
Nick. Okay. That's 5 and 3. That's 8. Who are the other 2? Damn. I hate when I can't remember stuff.
Well,
Hold on.
they'll all be there.
Well, I got it. Hold on. All right. So we got Logan, Nick, Dennis. I forgot Dennis OG Press. Me,
Nice.
Marty, and Kellen. I forgot Kellen. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7. Not 8. That's 10 of us. So we're going to do traditional metal island on Sunday at 2 p.m. So join us there, all of you guys. We appreciate you, Tim. We really appreciate you. The slogan is fantastic. I love it. I'm wearing it with honor. It'll be on the shirt, and you'll get a free shirt as a result of that. That's about it. You got anything, Eric?
No, right now. But besides that,
I think I had. Oh man, do I have something? Oh, fuck. Oh, Friday night, I'm going to see Holder, Worm, Devil Master, and fuck, what are they called? Oh, Necrofire. So that should be fun because I may have some live stuff going on. I may go live while I'm there. We'll see how it happens. We'll see how much trouble I might get in. So that'll be fun. So going down to meet Rick on Friday and wear those crazy boots and do the kiss thing. I will say that's something a 50-year-old man shouldn't do, right? So, all right, man. I'm gonna end the stream and hang on, Eric.